Well, howdy. I'm well. You need to unmute yourself on the other thing.
Why bother? I got to keep a tradition going, you know.
Exactly.
I like a
And
continuous loop of audio.
there we go. And yeah, can everyone
Well,
see you
now,
on the
now I've got the
YouTubes?
echo. That's why I didn't do it. All right. All right.
And then I think oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't think that's, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't.
that's all right. It should take care of
Because
itself.
I doubt it. Should I come out and come back in? What should I do?
Well, so are you on headset with stereo?
No. No. I can put headset on, maybe?
Yeah, maybe do that.
All right. These aren't going to last forever, but we'll see. Who's charging them? Yeah, because the music kept playing even when I had it on mute. Test, test, test.
How's
Oh,
that?
is it better now?
That's pretty freaking good right there. Hey.
Hey,
And there we
okay.
are. Hey, welcome everyone.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Ron Radio voice. How are you? Smooth. Hey. Oh,
The
look at
dulcet
that.
tones.
I really got to do something with my hair, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, no, mine's perfect.
Mine's perfect.
So, it's only echoing when you speak, so.
I do notice that. All right. Well, I'll just Just do this real quick. How about that?
All right. Well, yeah.
Maybe. Nope. No, not at all. No. No. It's horrible. Anyway, hey, well, I mean, hey, we do technical things around here. Don't leave on the Zoom
Sure.
on the YouTubes, but do go out of stereo and come back in. And it doesn't matter. People look for my boy. Hi, everyone on the YouTubes, and this is my guest host, my boy Dub.
People look for
And
my boy. Hi,
I'm going
everyone.
to invite him back into our other platform, stereo.
Stereo.
And I can already hear that it's just doing an echo. So I'm going to actually give you the admin, and I'm going to be the one to leave.
All right. I'm going to talk.
Yeah, so you talk for a little bit. Remember, you're also on the YouTubes, and so yeah.
Hey, everybody.
I'm gonna go
Hey,
completely
Ray.
out.
New dynamic. Don't be unapologetic. Wait. Is that a double negative? No, it's not.
All right,
I don't
so
know. What's
yeah,
happening.
I'm
I don't know where I am.
thing.
What's
I'm
going
gonna
on?
go completely out of the stereo streams.
I'm kind of shocked that
because
there's technical.
I'm using the old phone
challenges.
because Pete kept on hearing himself.
But I'm here by
And now
myself,
I'm
so
gonna
it's
do
one-sided.
that
So
and
this is my chance to seize power. This is going to become a benevolent dictatorship, but a dictatorship nonetheless. It's the only way to be. I'm inviting. You know what? Yeah.
I get what it is. Your Zoom, whatever you're using for Zoom, is having audio because I could hear it when I wasn't on the show. So you need to get rid of that. That's what it is. So I've muted my speakers on the YouTube, so I can't hear the audio of the YouTube, but I can still hear the audio from. And it's still happening. Why? No, I think we're good. Goodish. All right, give me the star. Nope, it's still whatever. Effort.
All right.
Yay! Let's see. What can we do? Screw it. Let's just do something else. I don't know. Hey, wait. You mute yourself on stereo. Let me see if the echo is still happening. And so I'm still talking, and I'm still talking, and so yeah, there's something on your end that's doing an echoey thingy. And come back in. You can unmute yourself there. Hey, everybody. If you don't know, the two-sided podcast always starts with horrible technical difficulties. Then this is your first time here. Welcome to the show. I think my boy Dub is coming back in, and well, I don't hear anything. What do you hear? So how was it that you but people can't hear you now? Yeah, but okay, so I'm just gonna bring you into because extenuating circumstances. I'm gonna do this. Hold on. So oop, 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 oop. All right. Oh wait, no. Oh wait. Okay, talk now. And unmute yourself on the stereo. Yeah, this is fun. Okay,
Yes.
so right. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Mute yourself on Zoom, which is YouTube, and I'm gonna do this.
Can I be heard anyway through your? I
Oh, yeah, you definitely have some sound coming out of your Zoom because that's what it is. It's a feedback loop at this point. You got to get rid of all that. That's what's causing everything. For sure that one now. I'm 100% sure of that one now. So Dub, who always says that we are the kings of technical difficulties. The only thing you got to do is make sure there's no sound coming out of wherever. How is it? How is it? Oh, do you have headphones for stereo? I mean, I don't know. Try it out. Try it out. How's that going? I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. Do you hear anything? Okay, now last thing is unmute yourself. Bonk. Effer. Okay, okay. It seems like okay. Wait. Go out of Zoom. Go out of Zoom. Okay. Now speak. And unmute yourself on stereo. Now speak.
Testing 1 2.
Okay.
Testing.
Testing. Super duper. Oh, great. They're gonna just see me. Oh, that's fun. Hi, everybody. Uh, but we got rid of the echo, didn't we? Okay. Wow. I'm gonna put something up because that's. I don't want people to just look at me. I want them to look at this as well. The two-sided logo. There we go. Okay. Yeah. No, they can hear you. I took off. So you were being piped through the speaker like I do with Pete for the green room, and so everyone can hear you on the YouTubes, and I can obviously hear you on the stereo streets because that's the only volume I have going on, and there's no feedback whatsoever. So this is our show. What do you think?
Alrighty, let's do it.
Yeah, freaking right on. Let's. I mean, raise a glass. You don't have arms when you're on this anyway. I feel bad for you. I'm sorry.
No, they're way me down.
Yeah.
They get out of hand.
Yeah.
Literally, hands. I guess plural.
In any way you are able to, raise a glass and lower your expectations if you haven't lowered them already, everybody, as we're going to start this show. Cheers. Bing, bing, bink.
Boom, bang, boom.
Well, howdy.
Howdy.
Hey, yeah, that was terrible. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm Dubus Maximus from Rome.
And you're listening to Two Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge, usually Pete, but now our guest host, my boy Dub, with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
The jocular, the whimsical, and the fervent.
This is going to be fantastic. Hey, Dub, as I always like to do with our shows, general check-in. I asked you last time. You seemed cool with it. May I still continue to call you my boy Dub?
Hey, whatever gets you rolling.
You are part of the two-sided family. You've co-hosted with me a plethora of times, and don't ask me what a plethora
Yes.
means, but I know pinatas are involved somehow. But my boy Dub, how are you feeling?
Edgy. Feeling a little bit
Why?
discombobulated, but I'm getting centered, as it were.
Right on.
And you, how are you feeling?
Me? Oh, hey, that's a weird thing to ask me because
Oh,
my boy Pete never does.
intrusive? Okay. Because my boy Pete genuinely doesn't care,
Just
which I
doesn't.
admire about him.
Just
But that's one of the benefits of being completely dead inside. Again, another thing I admire about him. It's a race to the bottom, and he's a formidable contender.
he is super duper,
The
man.
soul just weighs you down by like 21 grams, I think. I don't know. Something like that.
I've seen the movie. It's all right.
Yeah. That rage is just sadness turned inside out, John. Be there for him, okay? No, don't. I don't really care.
Well, I mean, I'm not there for him because we haven't even said
Oh,
where
he's
he
in
is.
San Diego?
We don't
What, they
even-
don't got phones in San Diego?
We don't
Whatever.
even care anymore. We don't even care. Like, yeah, I mean, at this point, he could pipe in as quickly as you could, but
He's sending you a signal, John. I think you got to pick up on what he's doing. I think he's off with the Dolphins now. Finally, he's talked about it for long enough. I think the time has come. He found his inner dolphin.
Oh, I forgot to grab. Nah, forget it. No, it's over. Maybe for the green room. Pete told me not to do that out loud, but hey, he's not here, so screw him.
For a guy that has no arms, I'm flexing an awful lot over here.
Dub, I was wondering, you
I just didn't say what.
you did a drive, and you were talking about this last time, which was not too long ago, about roughly a month, about five-ish weeks, and
Yeah, it
that
was
drive was
pretty
quite
terrifying.
perilous. How was it? How was it this time?
This time, much better, but I'd be a liar to say that I wasn't a little bit. I was cautious, hyper aware, because for those of you, probably all of you, don't know, last time I was on the freeway and came off this, I don't know, it's kind of a pseudo freeway. And there happens to be this massive dead man's curve, and they call it that for a very good reason, because many, many people have died on this curve. It's just ridiculous. It's a 90-degree thing. But I've lived in this area a long time, and if you hit it just right, at about 57 miles an hour, you can kind of go up on an arc and go around it and kind of don't miss a beat. It's like you're a race car driver. But, you got to kind of know that. And I am coming up, and I've got about 16 minutes to get to my appointment with Mr. Peacock. And as I go into the curve at 57 miles an hour, there's a minivan parked right in my lane, in the middle of the curve, pointed right at me, with its lights off, parked. Needless to say,
I forgot its lights were off.
wasn't expecting that.
I forgot the lights were off. Even holy crap!
And so it's like, the nearest I can figure is it had to be some tweakers and their car died, or I don't even know. Boy, but
They were just like,
I
this is
jerked
a
the
good
wheel
place to
into
park.
the oncoming lane. There's a big, huge embankment there. I know that if I hit that, I'm going to roll this. And I know if I jerk it back too quick, I'm going to roll it that way. So I, do one of those power muscle things and go over this little hill, get it back into my lane, just as another car, 60 miles an hour, coming the other way, passes me. Look in the rearview mirror, and whoever's in that vehicle just decides to open up the driver's door and gets out. But you really couldn't have picked a worse place in the state to really have your vehicle parked at 10:30 at night. So, this is the first time I've been on that road since then, ironically enough.
And how was that dead man's turn?
Yeah, it was nice and smooth. I saw a bunch of deer, but other than that,
Yeah, word. I'm glad to hear that.
those are the rodents of the forest,
Are they? People think they're like The Simpsons, a doe, a deer, a female deer when they accidentally almost hit one.
Yeah. Oh, that will mess you up. Oh, you hit a deer, that'll do some damage.
Yeah, and it will almost certainly end the deer's life. With a moose,
Oh, yeah.
it'll mess you
Yeah.
up, and the moose will walk away going like, "What was that?"
Right. You know you're a redneck if you stop and get the deer and throw it in the back and serve it for dinner for the next 3 months.
No, opossum maybe, but not deer. I mean, okay.
Oh,
never
it
mind.
happens.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
it happens.
I mean, hunters go. Like the deer is.
They do the old Pontiac Bonneville method.
Yeah, the roadkill cafe. You kill them, we grill them.
Oh, we got some bubbles here,
Yeah,
Mr. Peacock.
Let's pop them up.
All right, we can do that. Greg. Give it to us. Slavinsky. Wagner.
Welcome everybody to 7July26 Radio. Keith spending most of our lives living in the gangster paradise. We're live on the Two-Sided Podcast. There are two sides to every story, but there's only one two-sided podcast right here on Stereo Radio. Keith spending most of our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Keith spending most of our lives living in the gangster's paradise. You guys have a great night on Stereo Radio. Radio, love you guys.
Love you, Greg. That's freaking right on.
Two-Sided Podcast, the fun and the serious, and Pete's Ragings with guest host Doug. What is going on, John Peacock?
It's Cheesecake.
And
How are
Doug,
you?
shout out to y'all, shout out to the room listening.
Shout.
No, that's my female counterpart there with the Rhonda radio. Hey, how are you? So smooth. So much talent in that woman, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, she came.
Not fond of her furniture, but I'm fond of her. There's a difference.
Did you say furniture?
Yeah. It's a thing. She knows what she did. She knows what she did. The ramifications are swift and fierce. And listen, it's my Ottoman Empire now. Okay? My Ottoman Empire. It's a way, way inside thing, man. Get yourself a sliced cheesecake. So much talent, so little time.
Yeah,
Love that woman.
That's freaking right on. You know what? Pop that last packet. I'm gonna be like 2 and 2 seconds. Go. Pop it. Go.
And see, that's okay. You don't have to enjoy the furniture, but you can enjoy me, and that's all right with me.
Obviously. I got the memo. I know how this works.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
If I
We
can't,
good?
if I can't do the headphones, might as well do the hat. I got myself a little cap on, a little something.
Thankfully, I can't see this.
Yeah, yeah, no, really, and hopefully Pete can.
I might start embodying Pete's principles.
He hates it so much, especially me leaving for it. And also, if you are down to do a little toast with something
Here we go.
that's
Yeah.
not alcoholic.
So toasting. I got my absinthe, so I should be
Well, for
into the multiverse here pretty soon.
the
Fragmenting,
fragmenting, yeah.
and recontextualizing, shooting through the cosmos,
Yeah, I'll
and writing poetry like Edgar Allan Poe.
I will cheer
Edgar
you.
Allan poetry. Oh, I said it.
And still you think you're embodying Pete, but I'm raising a glass of a little bit of a non-alcoholic rosé that's infused with some
You're getting sloppy.
THC,
getting messy.
CBD, CBC. Yeah, cheers.
I THC what you did there.
Bagow. Which is gonna
Just a comedy of errors. Look at us.
it's gonna lead us directly into our first.
Lightning. Oh, wait.
I see what you did there, round.
Teaser. Give you a lightning round, though, fella. Whatever happened to lightning round? I don't know what the lore is. What happened to him?
Oh, we're not fully sure. He's been on the lam. He's ducked in every once in a while, like every couple
He
of
was a
months.
surly sort. I think he overstayed his welcome, personally.
Oh, he definitely did.
Oh, wait. I was talking about lightning. Wrong guy. I was talking about Pete. Okay.
No. You
Oh,
were right.
THC toasting? Hold on. Wait. Okay, I'm raising my doobie. Here we go. Clink, clinking. A puff, puff.
Pass the G on the left hand. Okay, that's the last bubble for a bit. I know. I just had to. It's cheesecake.
Well, anyone knows that the first I see what you did there round is always a standard Q&A. My boy Dub, are you ready for the questions?
Most certainly am. Thank you for asking. All right.
First question: why do they call you Dub?
It was a nickname given to me by my. So this is his description of himself: 6'7" African brother friend, who was my drummer in my first band, and my last name begins with a W, and he called me Dub the first day he met me, 7th grade, and it's been that ever since. It's funny because it's weird now, like especially being on stereo for I don't know, since 2020, I think originally.
Yeah, you're older than
It
us.
sounds weird to hear my government name now, just because anybody who really knows me, and so yeah, that's the short version. But one cute little anecdote: I was playing a concert Saturday night with my band, and my cousin, who's kind of like a brother to me, has a little boy who's just shy of 2 years old, who's very precocious, and he just kept pointing at the stage, Uncle Dub. Uncle Dub. And it's like, so I'm Uncle Dub to him. So
Yeah. My boy Pete is Uncle Pete to many kids for various reasons. Anyway, second question.
I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, as you were. You can read into that all you'd like. I hope he hears back.
Why, my boy Dub? Why don't they call you Bud?
Well, the mirror does. Over in when I shapeshift into parallel realities, they do. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm a Bud type. Hey, Bud. It's kind of derisive at times, right? Is it? Hey, it's like you forgot the guy's name. Yo, what's up, Bud?
Would you rather be Bud or Buddy? Like if we're going with like just those two, we could go like pal. Friendo.
I'd go with Bud. If I had to pick between those two, I'd go with Bud.
I would as well. Hey, Buddy.
Buddy just is like I'm not your buddy. Let's just stop that right now.
And Buddy, I hear with like kids and dogs. Hey, Buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. Just seems reductive. I don't know why. It just does.
Would you ever allow a friendo?
A friendo?
Yeah.
You know what I don't? You know what? Here's one I don't like. So I'm just going to give you guys keys to the kingdom here. I can't stand it when people call you friend. The fact that you call me friend means we're not friends, and especially when women do it. Because when women do it, I like you, but I will never, ever like you like that.
Well,
that's what they're saying.
Right, and that's the whole thing of like friend zone. There's like a
Well, right, but like you don't know that already, so they got to tell you that too, just to add insult to injury. Like, come on. Okay, friend. Hey, friend. Stop it with that.
I love you so
That's
much.
so obnoxious.
Friend. Cool.
I just thought I'd throw that in there. There's no reason. Whatever. Let's get it awkward.
Thank you, my friend. Anyway, next question.
I'm making a voodoo doll of you right now. So if your knee starts hurting.
Oh, it was earlier today. Yeah. Can you do voodoo in reverse? My boy Dub, who's the weirdest musician of the 20th century? And it doesn't have to be the weirdest music. I'm saying the weirdest musician.
Sun Ra.
Who's Sun Ra?
Exactly.
Right.
Sun Ra and his orchestra. He was a big band leader in the 40s and 50s, and then he just went way out there. And it's like cosmic, psychedelic, avant-garde. Jazz would be the closest thing, but it's more like free expression. It's the most incredible things you've ever heard. Not for everybody, certainly not recommending it, but man, you can't make that up. I mean, I guarantee you're going to be like, okay, go listen to Sun Ra, listen to anything. He's passed on now. play 10 seconds of it. And tell me what you think.
How do you spell that?
So Sun Ra, S-U-N space R-A.
Oh, perfect. That's
And he called his orchestra the Orchestra. And he would dress like he was from Saturn. And he would dress in robes. And he'd have these wild, like, helmets. And the brother was like George Clinton 25 years before him.
Yeah.
He's dope as hell.
Funkadelic.
It really is.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I wrote it down correctly. Sun Ra. And yeah, obviously he's passed. I mean,
And
if he
I've seen
hadn't
George
passed
Clinton
on-
live, and believe me, that's not a cultivated eccentricity. The brother just, he rolls his own way, and I love it.
Yeah. Funk you very much, as he famously says.
And when you got a grown man in a diaper on stage, it's a party. It's by definition.
It's better than Gigi Allen, I would say.
Way better.
He didn't have the diaper. My final question for this round: who's the weirdest musician of the 21st century?
Aphex Twin.
So Aphex Twin, I think, still we're
He started in the 20th. You mean who started in 21st?
No. That's great. I'm just wondering why, because I know Aphex Twin basically from the 20th century, and then that fell off my radar.
Because he drives around his hometown in a tank. He builds his own synthesizers by hand.
That's cool.
That's just the introduction. Keep going.
Let's just go with a tank. I mean,
that's a good introduction.
Allowed, build own synthesizers. Cool. That's neat. Like allowed. Everyone's like, hey,
thank you very much.
It's but for real, for like legit. And it's totally allowed. He doesn't get arrested every time because they're like, hey, you're in a tank.
I'm sure that he's got the right palms greased. You know.
Yeah, and it's only the town. It's only like
right. Yeah, he lives in some weird little
senior
English
community or something
village somewhere.
I mean, he's old enough. It could be a senior community.
But cats like that can't fake it. You can't fake that. This is what they do. Or Buckethead, but is he 21st century?
Yeah, I mean, he's still doing things, right?
Yeah. He plays with a KFC bucket on his head, and he demands every time he records that they build a chicken coop around him in the studio.
So they have a chicken coop ready for him to go into, but he's in it.
He was in Guns N' Roses for a while when Guns N' Roses were in the wilderness with Axl losing his mind.
Right.
Whatever, praying to dolphins and spending $14 million on Chinese democracy. But they built a chicken coop in the studio for him. You can't make that up. The dude's legendary.
Yeah, and that's weird. Like Gigi Allen was just, throwing poop at people in concerts. That's just like, here you go, you got a little shtick.
I'm not down.
But that's not like life. Like this is life, baby. Wow. Oh, I was thinking, Ed Bigley Jr. He rides everywhere on a bike. He's the opposite. He's the
I thought you were talking about the character that Martin Short played.
No. Ed Bigley Jr., the actor. He was in a lot of things. He rides everywhere.
I just look at him and I think limp.
On a bike. And I keep on pointing at the screen like you can see it. He does that. And so he's the exact opposite of Aphex Twin. He's like, instead of a tank, he's like, I'm going to have no green footprint. Yay. So he goes to the Oscars and Emmys on his bike, on his like pedal bike. Never like, not even electric, just like a pedal bike. Anyway, that was weird. Let's pop a packet and go into our first segment.
Okay, I was just about to say, when you got a grown man on the stage, walking around with a diaper and a baby bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's funky. And also 14 other people on the stage too.
Yeah.
I think the only time I've seen that many people on stage was Arrested Development. Also, remember that group? Whatever happened to them?
No, I
That was
just
a
know
weird
the
one.
TV show that Ed Bigley Jr. was in. Hey, nice little cameo.
Hey,
Talking Heads. I saw David Byrne a couple years before the Broadway show came out on tour in Tucson, and he had like they were like beads. They were like the hippie doorways that like, hi everybody, what's the mellow mood here? And you pull them aside, but they looked, because of the stage lighting, it looked like walls, and so it was a back wall and two side walls, and then a blank stage, and everyone was in gray suits and no socks or shoes, and moving at every single moment. So the drummer had like a drum kit attached to his neck. That was probably good for his spine. Hopefully, he had some PT with that. And everyone was moving at some point, but sometimes they would move into the wall and then emerge from the wall, and it was so seamless that it's like, that's a wall. And then suddenly, oh wait, right, yeah, it's obviously beads. I know that, but like, holy crap, it looks like a wall, and then they're gone. Wow. And he had a spotlight that made him, 50 feet tall in the shadow puppetry, and he did stuff. Like, he's an eccentric one. I would agree with
yeah.
you. The people I wasn't even gonna bring him up, but like, I was just like, oh man, weird. He was weird on stage, and there was a whole lot of people doing the same weird thing. It wasn't diapers, but it was, the gray suits and barefoot and like moving around and going
I
for
think that's one
walls.
thing I really miss about like the monoculture that has become America is that like it sanded off all the freaky edges. That's the thing I used to really cherish is the deep eccentricity that gave birth to so many amazing things. It's such a weird hodgepodge here, both good and bad, but that's gone now. You
Yeah,
know,
and actually, that's perfect. I know it was very low because I have to deal with it, but I agree with you fully, and that's a perfect segue into our first segment, because we're going to talk about the Stooges.
oh, I kind of knew it. Did I tell you my one little story about Iggy Pop?
Oh no, I'm talking about the Three Stooges.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
just kidding. No, yeah, tell me. I don't know if you have, and if you have, I don't think
Okay.
it's in over the stereo street
Just really
system.
quick, real
Go
quick.
for it.
So, you know, at different points, I've lived all around the area, and for a while, this is weirdly enough, I was going to,
The area,
are you there?
like the small
Of
island
Detroit.
off the
Of
shore
Detroit.
of Detroit. Oh, okay, cool. Sorry.
And so I lived all over the place. And so at one point, I had a couple buddies move to Ann Arbor, which the Ann Arbor then was the last vestiges of the counterculture. And now it's just scrubbed and it's like gentrified and just cheesy, but it's basically an extension of U of M now. But back in the day, it was kind of the Berkeley of the Midwest, they'd call it. It was really where a lot of the counterculture came from. It's where punk rock and all this stuff was happening. And so it was really cool. But when I lived there, there was still some remnants of that. That was like, the leading lights of film and rock and hip hop and so I got this job at this record store, and it's no longer there. It was called Discount Records, and it had been there since the '60s. And so I go down first day. I go down to the basement. It's one of those old. So Michigan has a lot of root cellars, and they're spooky like. And so I went down there and I turned the corner and I looked on the wall, and there was spray painted on the wall. Apparently Iggy Pop had worked at this record store, and it said, "The world is a birdcage."
How long had it been there?
Oh God, since 67, 66, because he was in a band called the Iguanas. So anyway, so Ypsilanti's right next to Ann Arbor, and Ypsilanti they call it Ipsitucky. It's the trashy
Oh,
place.
like
So he lived in the
Pennsylvania, not
trailer
too far
park and all
away.
that, and
Yeah.
Jim Osterberg. I'll give you the whole rundown. You don't need Wikipedia now. But he was in a band called the Iguanas,
Yeah.
and he was the drummer, and that's how he got his nickname, Iggy.
As the drummer.
Well, because he was in the Iguanas, and all the other guys in other bands just shortened it and called him Iggy
I don't.
for short for Iguana.
I don't get it. He wasn't the full band. He was just the drummer.
Okay, well, that's how he got his nickname.
Iggy, quote, a lot of what
I
I did.
love I love him so much. He's so great.
Oh, I know. Oh, no. I was thinking of just not doing any research, and I'm going to let you
Yeah.
keep talking, but I'm going to throw a couple things. This is a quote from him that's on the Tibetan U.S. Website because they honor him. And it's his quote that starts it. A lot of what I did was, colon, if you're not going to do it, comma, I'll do it for you, comma, I'll do it first. A lot of what I did
Yeah.
was, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it for you. I'll do it first.
Well, by any means necessary, and that was the ethos. And so, let me give you a couple anecdotes. I lived like 7 blocks from downtown. I literally lived on a street called Hiscock.
Oh, hey, cousin bird of the peacock.
Right. But yeah, I lived on the bend in Hiscock. Try ordering a pizza from there, but I digress. Anyway, and I worked at this Turkish cafe for a while after my stint at the record store. And boy, do I miss record stores, by the way. Jeez, oh Pete, the curation, the discovery, the smell, the vibe, the conversations, the arguments, all of it, the culture, all of it around it.
Damn the
Really
man.
do.
Save the
Like, there's
empire.
always 2 employees on. So this guy, we listen to Wu-Tang, and this person would like listen to Jeff Buckley or whatever. So like you would trade off, and like whoever would trade off, it would be their chance on the record player for the whole time. And there was records, by the way.
No.
I mean, but so I when I worked in this Turkish cafe, every morning John Sinclair would come in. Have you heard of him?
Yes.
So he'd come in, and he'd come in with the Stooges guitarist, Ron Ashton, who you would never, like, I was the only one that knew who he was because he was really heavy. He wore this, he looked like Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver with the camouflage jacket and the weird shooting glasses.
Uh-huh.
He just looked dumpy and frumpy, like you would never, but and he never really talked much. But John would hold court because I knew who he was, and so he loved that. But he'd tell me all the stories because he managed the MC5, and briefly he managed the Stooges. And it was cool to kind of dispel some of the mythology around that and just kind of hear the human thing, because that was a thing about like Gen Xers in particular, is we were about don't be sellouts or keep it real and kind of strip through the artifice. And so we weren't really big on, I can say this authoritatively. People from our generation, we just don't bullshit us. Just tell us the truth.
Right.
And John Sinclair was like that. So it was really cool to, 6:30 in the morning, they'd come rolling in, and I'm just maybe have slept 1 hour, partying my face off all night. And I'm pouring them coffees and all that just to hear his stories about that. But it really felt like the twilight of something, It's like I kind of mourned that for a while, the loss of the counterculture, in America in particular, because that was the place where ideas were born, and there was hope inside of that, no matter who you are, race, creed, color, orientation, all the things, that you could carve your own lane out, and do it in your own way and march to the beat of your own drum. And I always really was resistant to anything having to do with, polite culture. And these guys were far from that. But it was just sharing that anecdote. That was another angle of understanding the Stooges. He was the manager and all that. And hearing how things went down there over the Grandy Ballroom in Detroit. And then this was the era where Bob Seger was the big thing, but he had a band before he became what you know of him now. He was the Bob Seger sound system.
Yeah.
He was like a mod, and he was kind of the big dog, in town. And he was awesome. If you ever hear that stuff, it sounds nothing like the other stuff you've heard before, And Ted Nugent had a band called the Amboy Dukes, And it's weird. It's weird how they became these almost like caricatures of themselves in certain ways,
Yeah.
as to where they had started. But don't we all, right? Well, I try not to. But I was just saying that, as much as I was enamored with the mythology of things like that, I'd much rather hear the real of how it really went down.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's what that is.
okay, so the Tibet House U.S., dedicated to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, they say there's a reason why many consider Iggy Pop the godfather of punk. Every single punk
Yes.
band of the past and present has either knowingly or unknowingly borrowed a thing or two from
Yep.
him in his late 60s, early 70s band, the Stooges.
Yep. And you know that you know when Jim Morrison died, they talked about hiring him.
I
Beatles did.
actually did know that. Yeah, I didn't know that until my research. I learned that by doing the research for him. So that wasn't something that I had known before. Yeah, the what is it?
Did I ever? Do you know the
And the
"Do Not Go
Passenger
Gentle and Do Not
pays
Good Night"?
homage to Jim Morrison and carpooling. Right, so they had a crossover with that.
Did I ever? You know the poem "Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night," right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Have you ever heard Iggy do it?
No, no, I'm
It's
not.
one of my favorite things ever. And he has such a deep, rich, basso profundo voice, you know?
Yeah.
Check this out.
And we'll not do
Do
too
not go
much.
gentle into that good night. Old age burn, rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. No wise man at their end known darkest right. Because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might dance in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Let's stop it there.
Fire and caught.
Yeah.
He's a very literate man. A lot of people wouldn't know that. He's very well read.
Yeah, the American Caesar, one of his lesser known albums, the
Yep.
final track is so long, and it sounds like he's just kind of. I think he's reading, but he might be just riffing, but it's just throw them to the light. Who are these Christians? What is this strange religion? Throw them to the lions. Turn the other cheek. Ha ha ha! Throw them to the lions. Then he has other characters, and it's just him. It's just him. It's just him doing whatever he wants to do because that's how he can do
I mean,
it.
he's always done that.
Yeah.
He's always done that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, the influence that he's had. Obviously, let's talk a little bit about influences okay. Let's just get to Bowie. The Bowie years, right? Let's just talk about the Berlin years.
You do you.
No,
I get excited.
and I know you know it. So that I was saying I was thinking I won't do any research because I know you love them. So what do you know of the Berlin years or the Bowie years?
Well, it was complicated. So what hey, shout out to Dr. Dixon Mason himself, Perro, and who's that guy? That Mr. Whiskers. Mr. Whiskers. It was a tough time for him. He things didn't really end well with the Stooges.
Right.
He got a hell of a monkey on his back with a massive heroin habit. And I realized something about Bowie because I kind of didn't really understand Bowie as well as I do now. When I was younger, I thought he was kind of like somewhat of a culture vulture or something at times, where he just tries to. But that was his shtick. Like he would be a changeling. He would kind of subsume something, or he would absorb it, and then he would have his own thing. And it turns out a brilliant artist in his own right. But
Very much so.
he had become friends with a couple people, in particular in New York, John Cale, one of them, but Iggy, and it became really,
And Lennon.
really close.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Lennon. Yeah, so Lennon, what was that? He plays on Fame.
Yeah. And kind of co-wrote it. And some people
Yeah.
dispute that, but Bowie was like, No.
But
He
Bowie's coming out of
contributed.
his Thin White Duke era, and he's
Yeah.
also doing copious amounts of snow, as it were.
Well, yeah. He
So
said,
they're both in.
station to station, he said, I can honestly and objectively critique this album because I have no recollection of making it because of all the blow I was doing.
Right. Like when I say a lot, like all of it.
If you don't remember an entire album you made because of blow,
Hey,
that's
hey, it gets a little blurry, huh? Who
blow.
amongst us?
A little blurry, yeah. But I believe him. Like, if someone was like, I was on the horse, and like, James Taylor says, "Hey, you guys remember the '80s?" And they're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I don't, because I was on heroin." And like, I'm like, okay, I believe that as like he was making a true comment. But with heroin, with
So the succession, you're right. So Station to Station came out in '76,
right,
right? And so then, like I said, he's well respected by people that know, but he's been kind of outcast in the industry at this point.
yeah,
He was really, really a horrible addiction to heroin. And it was taking everything from him, which was a real drag, because anybody who knew just knew that there was a fire inside this guy. He was portrayed as like a dum-dum or something, because he was a punk and he played that role up and he had that kind of
well, and
feral sensibilities.
and he was a
But he was
dude.
incredibly intelligent. He was
Yeah.
very well read. He was very cultured. He was, from a guy that started out in a trailer in Ypsilanti, he had gone around the world. He wasn't like the guys in the Stooges. He was, like I said, he marched to the beat of his own drum. He was a street walking cheetah, as he said.
Yeah, right,
So after Station to Station, he got him to come to Berlin, because that's kind of where Bowie was wanting to hole up for a while, and he was kind of going to wear the producer hat. So he ended up co-writing and producing two of, to this day, what are really considered to be, I don't know how you measure this, but considered to be Iggy's best albums.
they're fantastic.
They're fantastic, but they were such a curveball, because no one expected any of this. Because first of all, just the marriage of these two characters together really threw people for a loop, and how close they were. And then you hear the music, and so the first album was The Idiot, and so, like, if you've ever seen if you've ever seen what was that movie, Trainspotting?
Yep.
The big theme song in that film is Nightclubbing, and that's an Iggy Pop tune. And then the other tune was produced by David and co-written by him, but it became huge when David recorded it, and it was China Girl,
China Girl. Yep.
which was code for, China White. It was like, and then The Passenger came out, and that was on the next album, Lust for Life. And so these two albums were just,
And that one wasn't co-written by Bowie, but it was obviously produced by him, right?
produced, right,
Yeah,
right.
He co-wrote a lot of the bigger songs.
Well, he wrote a couple things on there. So, but it was all kind of all bunched together, and they just split it up,
Yeah,
But
collaboration. It's widely considered the most epic musical alliances of the two of them. In the later 20th century.
And it's also kind of coinciding with Bowie was reinventing himself at the time, so he wasn't Ziggy anymore.
No,
He did his famous Berlin trilogy at that time too, which again people consider some of those his best albums, Low and Heroes and Lodger. So it was a really fertile creative time, and there's a lot of really great stories from that period, because Berlin was kind of going through its a little bit of a cultural renaissance. It goes through those waves, was it the Weimar Republic in the 20s or whatever?
Yep. It was like a roaring 20s, and then that little democracy had to fail really quickly.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, but the Weimar Republic, which was like opulence and horrible poverty at the same time,
And Iggy Pop was also starting to be noticed as an actor.
Yep.
Getting little bits, parts here and there, and his presence and his what his literate countenance was a surprise to a lot of people. Because there's a guy who's smearing peanut butter on himself and cutting himself wide open and tossing himself to the wolves, and then he can be just completely sober-minded and compelling, and he has such a rich, down-to-earth kind of quality to him too. But very serious artist.
Well, and you said
You know?
his voice, like he has such great qualities, not just singing, and being able to stretch himself in so many different ways, but
Yeah,
having that
and
gravitas.
incredibly charismatic too.
Yeah. That's why I love that I'm looking at it, like so many pictures are just him completely shirtless, just like doesn't matter. He's not showing anything, but his pants are pretty low cut right there, and he's like, this is me. I'm Iggy Pop, take it or leave it. You know what I mean? And that gravitas and the charisma and the talent and not just talent, but the skill that he honed, from Stooges, from the Iguanas beforehand, into his solo work and with David Bowie, and beyond that collaboration.
And I just love how real he always was. And that was a hallmark of that era and that time. And he was kind of a benchmark for that. Another quick little story.
Yeah.
So you remember the All Music Guide that used to come out? It was like a big dictionary full of all the music that's ever been recorded. Before the internet was prominent. It was international. It was called the All Music Guide.
Yeah.
There was a guy named Michael Earlywine that made that. And he was in a band.
Earlywine?
With him. Oh, yeah. He was in a band with him called the Prime Movers, and that's the guy that gave him the nickname Iggy, right?
Yeah.
But his daughter now is a very prominent singer-songwriter who tours the nation, all that. And actually, she's been to my studio a few times, and just couldn't be sweeter. But hearing their stories of him, and like they were trying to make sense of this kid. He's like coming out of like trailer park in Ypsilanti, but he was into art, politics, and experimental stuff. Like he was into Bo Diddley and things that none of them were into. So he just really cut a figure quickly in the whole scene. Even though he was kind of looked at as not being the most talented or something because he's a punk, but his whole thing was just smash it apart.
Yeah.
At that time.
You were talking about his later stuff, and jumping back, but so him and the Stooges were inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2010. 2020, he gets a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He makes a solo return in 2016 after a bit of a departure, post-pop depression. Have you listened
Yes,
to that? I
love
have
it.
not, but it was like highly acclaimed. And that's another thing.
I love
this
it.
research, I'm like, okay, well, I'm I'll
So,
put it down.
oh man, so you do. I don't know if you know about this. So let me tell you, post-op depression. Well, there's a couple.
So Josh Homme, Homme.
Yeah. So Josh Homme did this.
Homie.
So
Okay.
here's how the story
It's
went.
actually pronounced Homie.
So
That's awesome.
Homme.
Homie.
It's Homme.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I pronounce
It was
it.
either home or homie, but I was like, oh, homie.
So he was talking about he's the guy from Queens of the Stone Age.
Right,
He's a very famous rock star. He's probably the last rock star. He's a badass in everything that he does. I could not love him more. So it makes sense that this happened. But this is him telling the story that he was at home. He lived in Joshua Tree, funnily enough. And he gets a phone call one day, and it's from Iggy. And he's like, whoa, this is his hero. And they had met before out on the road and talked a little bit, but Iggy had been kind of off the radar for a while, and no one really heard from him that much. But he's living in Miami at this time with his wife, and like lives on this little canal and drinks espresso and writes and looks at the cockatoos, whatever.
As you do.
As you do. And literally, that's what he was doing. And so he calls Josh, and he was a big fan. And Josh tells the story like, well, hello. He goes, listen, I've got some things I've written here. What do you think about getting together? Sure. And he goes, well, what do you think about doing an album? Yes. Okay, well, can you put a band together for us? Yeah. And so so Dean Fertitta, who's his guitarist, and he's also with Jack White, he got the drummer from the Arctic Monkeys, and then him, and then they would all wear like these smoking jackets, very sophisticated, like red smoking jackets, very classy. And then Iggy would come out like in a like a suit and all that, but no shirt under it, no shoes on, you know.
Still got to be Iggy.
And then,
Iggy's got Iggy.
but also he'd messed himself up. But he's like 70 now, and he's still come out there as a feral beast and all that. But this band couldn't have been hotter, you know. Just
awesome.
a smoking kick-ass band. Like, it's probably the best band he's ever had, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool to see these two together making the circuit on the talk shows and whatnot, and just to see Josh like so childlike around Iggy, but Iggy's so he has these two extremes, you know, where he turns it on and it's this feral beast that's out of control, and then when he turns it off, he's just the most mild mannered gentleman, you know, very kind, very, and it's very real, you know what I mean? It's just he kind of saves all the freakishness for the stage, and when he's not, and it was a real love fest between those two, and it was really well received. It's a really good album too.
Yeah. That's awesome. You were talking about the him going into movies. And was something I learned was with Danger Mouse.
With Jim Jarmusch, a lot of those.
Oh,
Jim
the
Jarmusch.
Jarmusch ones, right? Yeah. No, but like, you know, I know him going into that world, but it's his collaboration with Danger Mouse, nominated for a Golden Globe to Stay Alive, a Method movie, was something that I had not heard of, and that was like that. That's like, okay, well, hey, and Danger Mouse, okay, yeah, but like, you know,
Well, that's where that was from. What I just played you, that Dark Night of the Soul.
really,
That was from that. Yeah, that's what that was from.
right on. Okay, yeah, and the song Gold, right? Yeah, okay, is what that got the Golden Globe, but okay, so I wanted to throw out.
Well, so Danger Mouse,
I'm,
for those who
I'm
don't
getting
know,
towards
he's-
the end of anything I want to say.
he was a famous producer who did stuff with Gnarls Barkley was his band
that's
with CeeLo Green.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of cool stuff. He was really hot at that time. But
Okay.
you got to see the Jim Jarmusch ones. Like, I mean, that's quintessential Iggy. But Dead Man, that's the one he's in. Ooh,
Yeah.
that movie. That's Neil Young did the soundtrack. It's
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
It's just chef's kiss.
I mean, Jarmusch kind of can't.
Love
go
him.
wrong. I love him so much. I love him so much.
Yeah, he's great.
All right, the other one that I want to throw out is Candy, one of his great songs that I love.
Yep.
I didn't know it was Kate Pearson from the B-52s. I did not know that until my research. And I know her voice well. I'm like, oh, of course it's her.
It's weird where he pops up, you know. Pardon the pun,
But but it's his song, Candy, Candy, da, 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 can't you go? And then she comes in, but she doesn't sound like, you know, the poppy B-52 that she
Right.
does. And she's just like, yeah, you know,
Do you know she wasn't the first one he offered it to?
who was the first one?
Chrissy Hine
Oh, crap. Who is Chrissy
from the
Hine?
Pretenders.
From the Pretenders. Oh, freaking, yeah, the Pretenders, of course. Yeah, Chrissy.
Yeah. Which interestingly enough, I saw her open up for Neil Young, and she comes out on stage, and this is at Pine Knob in Detroit, and she gets down on her knees and kisses the stage. It's like, Neil Young's going to be here. But talk about, she was one of the original punk rockers of the next wave after Stooges and whatnot.
Yeah.
She was in that scene. She was around. She was literally around Sex Pistols and all them.
Yeah.
Like,
Pre-Pretenders.
she's a badass.
Yeah,
She's so cool.
hardcore. Who is, and this is a deep cut, but I think you'll get it, from Fairy Tale of New York with the Pogues, the female vocalist for it.
On the song, or what are you talking about?
The song, yeah, Fairy Tale of New York, from the Pogues. So it's a real deep cut. Irish lass, obviously. I can't remember.
I know who it is. She's a folk singer. Chris.
Kate.
Give me a second. It'll come to me.
I'm
It's
looking
not
at
Christy.
Kate Pearson. It's not. Yeah, and right. Yeah, and you just talked about. Yeah.
What was it? Can't think about. Kristen McCall.
McCall. Yeah. Okay. So Kristen. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't far off. No, you were closer. Because I said Kate. Because I'm looking at Kate Pearson. But yeah. So she was originally Big Mouth, the Smith song.
Yeah.
She was the female vocalist for it. Completely recorded it with him in the studio, and then he listened to it and he's like, I could do better. And he replaced her with him.
Hey, it happens, you know? Gets to the cutting room floor.
She's
It
an
happens.
amazing. He was probably thinking, she's doing better than me, and I can't have that because I'm more.
Yeah, gotta be threatened, right? Of course.
Yeah. I got a brand to keep, just like freaking
Right.
Iggy Pop.
It's the Boys Club here. Come on now.
So let's have the boy do the female part of.
Yeah, sure. Why not, right?
Yeah. All right. A couple of things about the first three solos released of what was his big one with the first one with freaking. I didn't write this down, and we just talked about it with David Bowie.
What about David Bowie, the idiot?
No, the album. No, the other one.
Lust for Life.
Lust for Life. Okay, so this is all about Lust for Life. The first three solos came out in '77. So Lust for Life, The Idiot, and what's the other one?
Those were his two with him, and then I kind of put Station in there with it. But
Iggy had a third solo that came out all the same year. Well, starting so Lust for Life. Bowie's fingerprints are on it. But
do you know that tune?
what, Lust for Life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
It just
know
has
the
a
album.
swing to it. I used to play that in a band, and that one's just like it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh man, yeah. So most of the music for Lust for Life that Bowie composed, he did it on a kid's ukulele while lying down. And then
Really?
and then Iggy took that and like added to it, but a lot of his lyrics were ad-libbed by Iggy Pop. And then, like,
Really?
solidified. It was. I don't think they were ad lib, but maybe the research says they were ad libbed. I'm like, during the recording. I don't think so. I think he was like, I'm just gonna
Well,
listen to.
are you talking
Bowie
about like a
frickin'
lot of
doing
people think
ukulele
that
on the ground?
he did another album in 1990 called Brick by Brick
No, it's not.
that gets lumped in with those because
Yeah, but his rhythm
They hadn't
section
done
on
one since then.
Lust for Life are Soupy Sales' sons' rhythms.
Oh yeah, Hunt and Tony Sales, and then
Yeah.
they became the rhythm section for Tin Machine with David Bowie and Reeves Gabrels on guitar. So they did a couple albums, Tin Machine.
And The Passenger pays homage to Jim Morrison, like I was talking about, and Carpooling.
Yep.
And the album was recorded and mixed in almost 1 week, and Lust for Life was released 3 weeks after Elvis's death. All this is just about that.
Right.
It's just like the weird stuff that how that came to be, and that's a banger of an album.
Well, what's cool is there's a Detroit connection to the Brick by Brick one. It was Don Was produced that one, and he's killing it right now.
Was that one recorded in Detroit? That was the '90 album, right? That you were talking about
No, it was recorded at in Hollywood.
in Hollywood. Oh, whatever.
But
Never
it was
mind.
with Don Was, and that was who else played? Kenny Aronoff played drums on it, who used to be with John Mellencamp. Great drummer. But then he does like weird stuff, like he does like he'll go and he does like Avenue B, or he'll do like reading poetry with like French trad jazz underneath it, or something. Like what the hell? Like he will zig and then zag hard, you know.
Oh, and Waldman. I think I'm actually being serious right now. The ex-wife of the head of my poetry program when I got my MFA. I think he produced that, and it's her
Really?
spoken word with like weird stuff going on underneath. Yeah, kind
Oh,
of.
good. That's cool. And it's always good too. It's like
Yeah,
it's,
no,
it's not for
great.
everybody. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but I love the fact that
And I love poetry.
he's one of those guys that has to follow his muse. You know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and she's a more famous. I think that's true. Don't check it out. And anyone who's listening, don't look at it. Just believe me. But we have any parting words about our little chat about Iggy Pop before we do a shot, pop a packet, and move on to our next thing.
I say still waters run deep with that one, and there's some real. He's so quintessentially Michigan. salt of the earth, blue collar, look you in the eye, passionate, no bullshit, no artifice whatsoever, and he's still that guy today. He's like the epitome of keeping it real.
Whatever.
Stands up, man.
He does
Proof's
stand
in the
up.
pudding.
And he's getting like I'm hearing the younger generation attaching to him, and when I first heard about him, he was a little bit more in obscurity.
Yeah.
Many years
Yeah,
ago.
he's had some years in the wilderness too, but he comes back,
But he's definitely coming back, like you said. He stands the test of time. Yeah. So I'm gonna raise a little glass, little shot to
Alrighty.
Pop, and all his future endeavors, man.
Think.
The cow. Pop that packet, baby.
Alrighty. And what do we got here?
I almost broke my finger trying to push this button. You left on a street called His Cock? You know what? I'm going to keep those comments to myself. Carry on.
Boy, the friends used to bust chops on that one. There was spring, so you could spring onto his cock. There was got, so there was a corner of got his cock. There was cherry. There was felch. All in the same neighborhood. I don't know.
Wait, the last one? What?
Cherry, felch. You know what felching is, right?
Yes, I do. Over the street.
Right.
So what?
So he was a lawyer.
What
So Felch was a
sick-
lawyer, and his cock was a farmer that helped form Ann Arbor.
I assume because you said the kids went to town on jokes on that one. Oh, poor you! You had to live on it. My last name's Peacock. In the third grade, when they learned to switch those syllables for a couple of years.
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
Nope.
Not gonna do it. Won't do it. Move it on.
And thank you for not giggling to yourself so much as some adults do when I say, "Oh, my name's John Peacock" or John L. Peacock, depending on what situation I'm in.
Esquire.
And they say, "Wait, is your and they know me as a bartender or an actor or something like, oh, is that that's not your real last name?"
Yeah.
Like, yes, it is. But, but birth certificate. I'm like, yes, I earned it, and that's the first thing I go to. I'm like, listen.
Hey, one of my dearest friends' last name is Wiener. Some people have it worse.
Yeah, and adults will be like, "Hey, Wiener," or like, "Oh, that's a good one." I'm like, you have the humor of a third grader. Cool. Fortunately, I'm an
You're not better.
adult-ish.
At least you're not better.
Nah, not at all. You know what? Speaking of not bitter, I think that's going to directly lead us to our next. I see what you did there, round.
Hey. Keep you on your toes. But God, rest in peace, Lightning Man. Lightning round guy.
No, hey, don't. He'll outlive all of us.
The rumors are true. I know what you guys did.
The rumor, seriously, that guy will outlive all of it. We tried. I mean, we didn't. Allegedly, jokingly, we tried.
Speaking of that, what did you do with Pete? I don't buy this. He's out of town or whatever. What did you do, John? Why don't you just make this a place of
weather place of San Diego? Will's.
Nobody believes you. Let's get to the bottom of this. Where is he? Where is he?
This I see what you did there. Round is one of your favorite and mine, and I believe will soon be one of my boy Dub's favorite segments. That's right. It's movie summaries and reviews. And
okay, let's do it.
Normally I have Pete spout it out, but I'll say, so movie summaries and reviews. I'm going to give my boy Dub a movie title and the year, and he will give a summary of it and a review. And at the end, I will make a guesstimate as to how many movies he's actually seen. Now, I know you're.
So I have to give reviews of everything, no matter what.
Right. Do not say I didn't. All of them you've seen according to you, but I will try to shuffle the.
Well, you tried calling me out last time like I hadn't heard of something or something, and I'm just telling you, beware of that. Be very aware of that.
Ooh,
you'd be surprised.
I remember what that was. Never mind. So My boy Dub, are you ready for the first movie?
Boys, ready.
I'm
Available.
I would love for you, because
Open.
I know you've seen this. I would love for you to talk about the classic golden era of American film movie with the anti-hero, The Graduate, 1967. What do you think about that? Tell us a little summary and a review. Should we watch that?
Well, yeah, okay, we've got Dustin Hoffman. I think that was 1967.
Yeah, yeah, I did say
get
67. Yeah, I threw out the
yeah,
years.
67. Okay, okay. It was good. It was kind of it was a kind of an exploration of forbidden love of sorts, and it holds up. Yeah, you know, a lot of those movies can kind of get a little bit dated, but it really catapulted Dustin into the stratosphere, and the movies that were to come after that. It made him a lot more prominent. But I think that's the best way to put it. Having a forbidden love with an older woman.
Would you recommend it to those who
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
would
it? Yeah.
actually. I think it's really good. I think I don't think it doesn't feel too dated. You know, feels like there's an evergreen quality to it.
All right. Okay. So yeah. So that's a thumbs up for watching it. And you seem like the way you're recommending it. I'm feeling kind of weird. Like, do you really recommend it? Like, if people have something else to watch?
Well, you know, to me, there's a character. It's like a character study in a way, and I know that some people kind of bristle at that, especially with the low attention span theater of the modern era. I'm hesitant to. To me, it has that quality to it. Maybe it was a lot more broadly accepted, you know, as a comedy kind of a thing. But there were some really great people in it, and so that's why I'm a little hesitant. Not because of the quality of the movie, but just I don't know if that's really that much in favor these days.
All right. All right.
In the way that they examine those things, you know.
That makes sense. Yeah. So you're thinking of the audience of you're like, yeah, this is a
Yeah,
great movie, but you know,
yeah,
kids
and also
kids
Mrs.
these
Robinson,
days.
the song, you know,
What's
you
up?
know, Mrs. Robinson came from, you know, Simon and Garfunkel did the soundtrack.
Oh, right, right. Right on. Okay, next one. The 1990 noir-esque classic, Dick Tracy. 1990s Dick Tracy.
Okay, Dick Tracy. So this was supposed to, I don't know. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Warren Beatty was dating Madonna at the time. But they were kind of trying to turn that into a big blockbuster of a thing, trying to make her into a star, which was kind of a little bit forced. Good. Good as far as what they were trying to achieve. It just wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing. I think that it was trying to be a blockbuster when I think it would have been better as a smaller film, just because of what it was dealing with. But Warren Beatty is such an amazing actor that he can pretty much carry anything, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You can read the telephone book and you're going to be interested. But I remember there was a lot of disappointment surrounding that. I think that people wanted more from it than it really was. That was kind of, and I kind of had that sense too, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just getting caught up in the zeitgeist, but it's nothing I would recommend.
Okay. All right. The next one, I think you'll I don't know. Let's find out. 1997's classic Lost Highway.
Lost Highway. Now whew, that's an excellent film. And again, I say that with no caveats for myself, but for others, you got to give yourself over to it because David Lynch is like that. He has a singular vision, and sometimes it feels nebulous or abstract to the outside observer. But if you're inside of that, it makes a whole lot of sense. Also, that soundtrack, absolutely incredible. It has Nine Inch Nails, has Angelo Badalamenti on there. It actually has one of my favorite songs on there, Dub Driving. You've heard me play it, actually.
Yep.
I by Smashing Pumpkins. And then, but it's a very it's a very dark, murky, as with a lot of his films, but this one is, it's not intentionally obtuse, but it will not spoon feed you.
Yeah.
It explores a lot of things that if you, it leaves you considering, I guess. It leaves you wondering. It's not that, and David Lynch is like that as a director, but it's
For sure.
very compelling because he's obviously going for something very specific, and you're just not used to that usually with film because so many times, especially in the modern era, everything is really like, signaled from a mile away. But you're right that the noir aspect there, he kind of like visited that genre, but then turned it inside out and upside down.
Yeah.
And I personally, I thought it was great. I really liked it a lot.
So that's a
And
high
he was on a
recommendation.
run after that with Mulholland Falls and a bunch of other, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, so that's a high recommendation one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for good reason. Yeah. With like even his more not grounded, realistic. I don't know. I don't know what the exact
Like
word is.
Eraserhead, that's where the original one that was
yeah.
kind of hot. He came to prominence with, but then
Yeah. And it was about being a father, but it was a
and
real
also
weird
I've
story
got this
about
book
being-
by him too that is one of my favorite books. It's just it's like you'll open up a page and there'll be like a Zen koan or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just excellent. It's like delicious food or something. He was such an original thinker. And that's kind of what his films are like an exploration of some ideas that he had.
Well, let's round this out with one more. The 1999 classic "Man on the Moon."
Man on the Moon. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so there's a lot to this. Lot to say. So Jim Carrey is in this. He plays Andy Kaufman.
Uh-huh.
And he's, by all accounts, he was method in this. He never broke character. So when the camera would say stop, he stayed in character as Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting things went on with that film. It was really well received. I think REM did the soundtrack, did that song. Or no, it was that song. They did that song, Man of the Moon. And, give me a second here. Don't tell me the name of the director. I know him very well. He's a Czechoslovakian, I think, or I can't believe I'm blanking on that. Give me a second; it'll come back to me. But I think he did an excellent job, and it helped that Jim Carrey kind of knew him because Jim Carrey he came up. He was from Toronto, but he kind of cut his teeth in the Comedy Store back in the late '70s, early '80s, and then he was kind of a touring comic before In Living Color happened. But he was familiar with Andy Kaufman.
The first season, he was James Carrey.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
I watched
realize
that
that.
growing up, and I went back and watched it like some years ago. It's still freaking.
Don't tell me.
But he was-
Milos Forman. There we go. Got it.
Foreman, yeah.
Boy, I pulled that one out. How about that, huh?
You told me not to tell you, but yeah, it was Milos.
He did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He did a lot of great films.
Yeah, a lot of big ones in this.
But that movie, I had no complaints whatsoever.
Yeah.
That was an excellent movie.
Right on. Okay, so so he played Andy Kaufman. Any more of a summary, or you're just saying like it was?
Well, I mean,
Andy
Andy
you did a
Kaufman
bit,
was
yeah.
an enigmatic character. People, if you don't know about him, he was kind of the first guy to come along and do the anti-comedy thing too, where he would go for the what the fuck moment as much as the laugh. Very surrealist kind of style. He was Latka in Taxi, the TV show, and he very odd dude. But he had an alter ego, which was his buddy, Tony Clifton, and so he would do these weird things, like come out on David Letterman and cause a scene, or he would
only as Tony Clifton. He's like
right as Tony Clifton, or like his famous one is coming out on stage and like he's playing the Mighty Mouse theme and he's just standing there, and as soon as it says "Here I come," he says that.
The very first SNL episode ever. It's him with a little record
Short.
player
Yeah, George Carlin hosted it.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Carlin hosted it, and he just, it was his only thing doing it. It's all he did, and he just
Yep.
stood there until that. But he would just mouth it because it's the record playing. So he let the "Here I come to save the day," but he would
And
do
people
something.
either hated him or loved him. There was no middle ground.
Loved him or hated him.
And he loved it either way.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. He gave comedy weird, like Lenny Bruce.
He died pretty young,
comedy
you know. So, it
profanity.
was, but I think Jim Carrey didn't he? I think he might have won the Oscar for that, didn't he?
He was definitely nominated. I don't think he
Yeah.
won.
Yeah, because he couldn't have done a better job, and nobody else could have done it.
Because
like
he
Jim
was
Carrey.
not nominated for Truman Show, which was like a year or two before.
Okay, so,
And,
yeah, maybe he was
should-
nominated, but boy, he did a fantastic
He
job.
was amazing. He and Danny DeVito, who produced it and was in it as not Danny DeVito, except for like a
Yeah,
little
he was in
montage.
Taxi with him. Yeah,
He was in Taxi with him, so he knew him, and he's like, "You just were like, I got to spend a little bit of time with
Yeah, like
my
channeling
weird friend during Taxi, and we didn't really
Yeah.
hang out much after because he's freaking weird. But I got to spend some time with my good friend Andy." Like he said that to Jim Carrey. Like that's
Yeah.
how much. And you know that wasn't a compliment. I think he said it after the end of
Right.
filming, so he didn't mess him up. But like
Yeah, Jim Carrey has some pathos. You know, he knows how to go there.
it's good. And a quick thing I have about Dick Tracy is there's this in theater they call it the Madonna. You know, you do a Madonna,
Yeah.
and it comes from. Do you know this? Do you know what this is?
No, I didn't know this.
So this comes from Dick Tracy. It's when
That was-
you can't see it, and I'm gonna poorly do it for those who are watching on the YouTubes. And if you're listening to us on the stereo streams, you can click that link above and watch just me. But it's okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna do a stage slap, a really bad one because I'm doing it on myself, and I'm doing a stage slap. And what I'm doing is I'm going from one side to the other with my hand, and then I'm going
And she goes the opposite
other
direction.
side to the one, right, the opposite way, being slapped. And they did several takes, and
Oh,
she
man.
did it the same way every time. That they're like, we're keeping
Yeah.
it. And now
She's
in
horrible.
theater, it's called, oh, you did a Madonna.
Yeah. I think the only thing I liked about the movie was Danny Elfman did the soundtrack, but he did the soundtrack to everything, so whatever.
But who was the main artist on that soundtrack? For
did a song?
for Dick Tracy? No, that like they used music of. Oh no, that did songs for it. No, he did like the scoring. Who did the scoring? That's the amazing thing for me. I love this little tidbit before I tell you who.
So wait, so do they say that do the Tracy in like theater? You're saying?
No, don't do the Madonna. You did it. You
Or
did
do
a
the-
Madonna, right?
the
You did a
Madonna.
Madonna, and that's her doing it. Getting hit backwards, like getting slapped backwards. Like, oh no, I was so hit by it. I went the same direction that the thing was coming.
And I think
from.
he was dating her at the time, wasn't he?
Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Buddy. Warren Buddy. Yeah, I think so. But okay, Graduate. I think you saw. You just don't remember a lot of it.
Right.
Dick Tracy. I don't think you saw. Lost Highway. I'm definite you saw. Man on the Moon. Weirdly enough, I'm gonna go on the limb. I'm gonna say you didn't see it.
Oh, Man on the Moon? Oh my God, no, you're totally wrong on that one. Yeah,
Okay, so you didn't see Dick Tracy.
I saw a little bit of it, but no, I didn't see the whole thing.
And what about Graduate?
Yep, saw it.
Yeah, I
But
thought
that's
so.
like you
But
said, that is so long ago.
so
That's
long
probably
ago,
like
right.
early '90s.
And Lost Highway, if I am wrong that you did see it, I will eat my shit.
No, I absolutely
yeah,
saw that.
I was pretty
Yeah,
sure on that.
yeah.
But
I remember Dick Tracy. Like I couldn't even like. I just can't. No, I can't do this. You know.
okay, so I'm
I
gonna
rented it, and I didn't even see it in theater. I rented it, and I didn't make it way through it. So
all right.
I don't know.
I'm gonna give you. It's so low. I don't know.
I
Whatever.
judged that book by a cover, and I don't think I missed much. Did I?
No. But you won because I guessed wrong more than I guessed right because you did see Man on the Moon and
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
was
really?
I was right on the Dick Tracy. Wrong. Dick Tracy, the guy who did the score,
Danny Elfman, I thought.
Stephen Sondheim.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Isn't that a weird one?
Well, I know Danny Elfman did something on that because I remember seeing his whole
Right.
his
And
filmography.
so I'm going to give you a bonus thought. Okay, The Graduate, Dick Tracy, Lost Highway, Man on the Moon. What do these films all have in common, and why would I give them to you to guess that?
Is it the soundtracks?
What about them?
That the song on there went to number one?
No, nope, nope, nope. Think more of what you along the lines you were before I asked you this question.
I guess I don't know.
They are all basically solo done with using different songs from different artists, but solo done by major musicians of their time.
Okay.
The
Okay,
Graduate, Simon and Garfunkel, and they decided
Yep.
it's all them because they're Simon and Garfunkel. Dick Tracy,
Right.
it was
Well,
Stephen
they're Simon, let's be
Sondheim,
honest.
and a lot of the songs he made for the movie, and he brought in other people. Lost Highway, Trent Reznor.
Are you sure about that? I could have swore Danny Elfman's somewhere involved in that.
Oh yeah, no, he brought in a song. Like he has a Danny Elfman song
Oh.
in there, but it's
Okay. Because I remember Danny Elfman was getting every single movie for a while. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean,
he was
it's
an
90
ongoing go for those who don't know.
right since Pee Wee's Big Adventure. And
Right.
moving forward with Tim Burton.
I bet you he's done 100 films or more. Probably.
At this point, yeah, he's the who's the guy with Sondheim with not Sondheim with
John Williams.
Williams, right? Yeah, he's like the non-classical John Williams, or
Right.
Randy, or the non-pop Randy Newman.
There's a reference.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
I love LA.
Yeah. Oh man, he has his actual okay. Lost Highway. It was Trent Reznor, and you mentioned the
Yes.
other guy.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Yes, and
Yes.
they brought in a
I know
couple,
that one well.
and they a couple other songs
Yeah.
from other artists, but it was
From Smashing
their.
Pumpkins.
It was
Lou
them,
Reed. Lou Reed's on that one.
and Lou is on that. It's a great Lou Reed song too.
Yep.
And Man on the Moon.
But REM.
REM.
What's his name? Michael Stipe there. Yeah.
Well, but it's all REM. And that
Yeah.
weird thing is they were brought in
Probably because of Jim.
after the movie was basically made, and they're like, "Hey, we have this movie. It's called Man on the Moon," and they're like, "That's our song." We're like,
Now, why would you think I haven't seen that movie?
and because you're like, well, it's Jim, and I don't know, and you couldn't remember Milos, you're like,
All right, yeah.
And
But I pulled it off.
You did
I mean,
pull it off.
that name out of my reservoir.
And I'm not saying that you ever look things up, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe he does. So
No,
that one
Milos Forman. Well,
you
because I remember Milos Forman because Courtney Love talked about him a lot. Was she in that movie? I think she was.
oh yeah, I'm thinking of Larry Flint. That's
Oh,
Woody
right.
Harrelson.
You're right. But around that same time. Okay,
Yeah, around the
so
same
she
time
had
though.
some-
But they went to REM and like, we have this movie and it's called Man on the Moon, and they're like, hey, that's our song title, and they're like, yeah, we want to use your song for like the main thing, and it's kind of
Right.
all about, because it's about Andy Kaufman, and they're like, wait, what? You already
Yeah,
made it?
right.
And fortunately,
Yeah.
they're like, they watched it, they're like, yeah, we're cool, and we'll give you a whole lot of other songs. But they
That
could
does
have
suck that they said no,
they
right?
could have been bricks about it because they came to him after the movie
But
was
Michael Stipe
made.
is too cool. He's so cool. I saw him play with Patti Smith and Philip Glass once.
I have, Patti Smith and Philip Glass. Holy crap! Please continue that story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
So those three, I just seeing those three, I saw
Jeez
them play at the
Louise.
whole auditorium, and it was fantastic. And he's a real cool guy.
I saw. I think it was April 28th showing of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Oh, and he was singing on it, wasn't he?
And he did his first like solo like singles
Song. Yes.
for
I
an
saw a clip
album
of that.
that's
I
being
didn't know what you're
released.
talking about.
It's being released in November.
There was somebody else singing with him too that was pretty big. Who else
Well,
was on
and
stage that night? I can't remember.
well,
Somebody pretty big.
well, it was Steven's band behind him.
Yeah.
It was
I'll
it
think of
was
it.
the big Joy Machine. Louis Cato
Okay.
did the other vocals with him. So
Yeah, right. That's his
it's
first real like total single
yeah,
release.
and so I yeah, and he did the date because he knew everyone knew that Steven was going away in like less than a month from then. But so I was there at the recording in the
Oh, really?
and he did it, and I was like, this is freaking amazing. I get to see this before anyone else does it.
Yeah.
And then
That's awesome.
and then at the end, he was like, "Hey, I couldn't quite hear the drums come in, so I kind of flubbed the beginning. Can we do it again?" And Colbert's like to the audience, "Hey, can he do it again?" And everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
Or-
And
Yeah,
so,
that's
and he wasn't
awesome.
like, "We have to do this again." He was like, "Is that possible?" And
Yeah,
so,
he's a real gentleman.
and so I noticed the difference of Colbert's like intro from one to the other, and they used the first intro, but they played the second version. And so I saw the first time he was ever in front of a live audience doing that song that
That's
no
awesome.
one else will ever see because it didn't go out on the airs. And
That's
that's
cool.
my one hit, Michael Stipe thing. I was like,
Yeah.
man,
He's
that was
great.
freaking. And Elizabeth Warren was the guest. I was like, this is a freaking really pretty good.
He's always got a really
showing.
good attitude, and he's really like
Oh,
very
he
humble.
was, yeah, he's super. Yeah, and they, he interviews him beforehand, and he's like, oh, like kind of weird and artsy and whatever. But we got to go straight into because we're just riffing at this point. Let's go to our short. Can I think you
Short,
could
short.
exploit that? You know about the short.
He wears short shorts. Oh,
It's so I put 5 minutes on the clock. I tell you the headline from a single source, and I'm reading the source. And anytime you want to interject, you can.
okay.
And right after the headline, I'll start the timer. That's enough, right? I'm gonna do a
Sure.
little. I'm gonna do a little shot of the rosé thing that I told you about.
Okay. I'll do some absinthe. Okay.
Yeah, with the THC CBC thing. Fully legal in all of America, everybody. There you go. Cheers.
Everybody.
Go. All right.
Oh, bam.
Ready? All right, here we go.
Ready. Poised.
The headline is Marijuana on the Brain. This is part 2. Start the timer. From On the Brain, summer newsletter from Harvard 2014. I'm going to part 2. All right, quote. These receptors are in the cerebellum, which controls movement, he says. They're in the hippocampus, where we form memories, and the amygdala.
Amygdala. Yep.
Man, dyslexia. In the dyslexia, which is part of the reward system, end quote. In addition, these receptors are plentiful in the prefrontal cortex, which influences executive function, everything from decision making to problem solving to behavior regulations and social control. Changing form and function, the human brain matures from back to front. Scientists say the maturation of the forward regions, particularly the frontal lobe, which is responsible for cognitive processes such as reasoning, planning, judgment, may continue up to the age of 30. And this is all, the part 1 is, this is a look at does marijuana affect the brain in a negative way over long-term use.
Your memory, hippocampus.
Hippocampus, I think they say. And Amy G. Dalla. Amy G. Dalla. Oh, I know her. I'm trying to because
Bigdala.
she's Amy G. Dalla. Yeah.
Amygdala. Sarah Belom.
No, hey, come on. That's
Easy,
cerebellum.
easy.
Everyone
I
knows
know.
that. Silly man.
I know, it's part of one of my lyrics. I know that word.
So this is something I wasn't able to get into because my boy Pete, what was that like?
I don't
Less
know,
than a
it's his fault.
paragraph.
I don't know what it is, but it's his fault.
He cut everything off. But the interesting thing is the receptors. So the receptors are in the cerebellum, which controls so much, and the hippocampus and the amygdala, of course. But they're talking about cannabinoid receptors, which are
Right.
binding sites for marijuana all over the brain.
Yes. Well, just kind of like DMT is found in,
Well, that's naturally produced, right? But
Right.
but this is slightly different. This is also dopamine. Kind of technically is also naturally produced, but it causes major addiction, right? Dopamine
Right.
stimulation
This is in our
from many
brain
different
reward
drugs,
centers.
including like sex will give dopamine. Gambling, TikTok, all those things will give dopamine like little spurts, right? This is different. This is not a DMT release or introduction. This is THC receptors. Cannabinoid receptors are all over the brain, and there's no other of its kind that is like a receptor of what is generally considered a drug across the globe.
Right.
There's no alcohol receptors in your brain. There's no dopamine is not a receptor. It's not like you're receiving dopamine. It's you're receiving THC, and the brain has receptors to attach to that thing. Dopamine is just kind of released because of certain things that are introduced to it, like bright lights or gambling or sex or drugs or other things, right? So we have these THC receptors all over our brain.
Oh yeah. I mean, this isn't new news.
No,
We've known this.
I learned about it in Mormon seminary by my very pious Mormon teacher.
Right.
Just randomly
Well, that's why
saying it.
a lot of
and
people
then
don't
moving
realize
on.
that, like CBD gets kind of earmarked as like the healthful component. The THC is just getting high. Well, it's not true. There's a lot of therapeutic value to tetrahydrocannabinoids.
Right. And CBD or CBC and THC, all of those are cannabinoids. So the receptors do connect with all of them. It's not
So that it means that not only that drugs should be legal, all of them, they should be mandatory. Everyone always should be high.
well, not always high, but we have receptors that should be used.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I've heard people say, everyone should like trip on either acid or mushrooms in at least once in their life.
I don't know if everyone should. I don't know if I agree with
And
that.
I don't agree with that one. Like that one, I've heard from a couple of friends over the years,
I
especially in the
think
early years.
set and setting needs to be respected, and I think an observance of what's going to happen to you.
That's
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like what he said.
seriously.
I would not personally recommend that to everybody.
Oh no, yeah,
There's
insanity.
too many fragile psyches that might be irreversibly broken after such, because it's like getting a PhD in the nighttime. If you're ready for that, well, then have at it. But
Did you say a PhD in the nighttime?
in a night, like you're gonna, so my experience with fungal intelligence is if you think you had something suppressed and you aren't going to deal with it, well, you're wrong.
Right, right. Yeah, have fun with that.
Have fun with that, because you ain't going nowhere, and you will deal with it. You'll go right straight through, not over, under, or around. So, but hey, it can be like squeegeeing off the third eye too.
Well, scraping it all away. Speaking of all of that, scraping it all away, we're gonna do a quick shot of some sort. Got a little bit of that right there. Good, we get to go, and we're gonna go into our
Bink,
final
bink, bink.
segment, Bagow. And I'm raising glass right there, and hopefully you're all lowering your expectations for this final segment before we go into our green room.
Sure. I'm doing the worm. I'm doing the wave.
Because the PHC in a night, the psychedelia of it all, leads us to soul coughing.
Oh wow, wow! This is interesting. Okay, I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I didn't think.
M. Dowdy.
I didn't think you'd expect that one. That one was
So this is like one of my best friends in my life. He's the biggest fan of them. And anyway, go on, set it up.
Who is?
My a good friend of mine.
Oh, a
He's
good
just
friend of yours. Oh, okay.
loves, and what a cool band. What a way ahead of the curve. Way different. Way odd. In fact, the bass player, Jim Steinberg, right? I think no, it's not Sebastian Steinberg. He just co-produced Fiona Apple's last album, which is amazing. If you haven't heard it, I mean, whatever preconceived notions you have about it, put those to the side because it's amazing.
I know it
But no,
has
Soul Coffee. M. Dowdy.
No, it has and Mike. I always know him as Mike, but yeah, I realized in the research he was kind of known at the time as
Yeah.
period Dowdy. The dude, hold on. You were saying
Very interesting guy. He worked.
the Fiona
He was the
Apple.
doorman at the Knitting Factory.
Yeah, yeah, they were
Which
like
the
the
Knitting
original
Factory,
one.
John Zorn's kind of playground. I love that place. Good friend of mine. I produced a jazz album for a guy who his brother had like a house gig there for years. Knitting Factory is like the epicenter of avant-garde, extreme jazz,
Right.
extreme music in general, but jazz in particular.
And
I always thought that it was cool that he was the doorman there, though.
And I didn't get to the first one, but I was at I think the second incarnation, and I think it's
Right.
had two since. It's and I don't even know
Is
if it's open right
Is it
now.
gone?
Yeah, I don't. I know the one that I went to, it had already moved, so it wasn't gone. It just moved, and I never went to the new one, and I think it moved again, but I'm not fully sure if it's moved or just like that one closed. I'm not sure, but the one was good part of Williamsburg.
And I think they opened them a couple elsewhere around the country, but
Maybe that's
I'm
what
not
it
sure.
was. Maybe that was going on.
Yeah, I think one's in Idaho. In fact,
There's a knitting factory in Idaho.
yeah, you should know about that, right?
No. Mark Degli Antoni,
Yeah,
Mike Doty, Yuval Gabe, and Sebastian Steinberg.
who was an amazing stand-up bass player.
Yeah. Oh
The
man.
drummer's sick too. Like really had that natural hip hop feel, but just wicked good.
Really good musicians overall. And what we're talking about is
And he has, and M. Dowdy kind of has, or Mike has that real monotone, kind of Cake before Cake was Cake.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
And so he was an aspiring music critic and poet until he decided to get ambitious and start a band. Several musicians from his personal group of friends, and he started up the band that came to be known as Soul Coughing.
yeah.
But he didn't enlist the help of mere amateurs. The sampler, Mark Digliantoni, I have to
Yeah.
just run it all together. Ooh, the
Drummer though is wicked.
yeah. He got his master's in music composition. The drummer, Yuval Gabe, and bassist Sebastian Steinberg, they couldn't be like they were just wicked in the scene
Oh,
already.
so good,
Yeah.
so good. It's just unbelievable. Anybody could. I mean, I hate to say this, but almost anybody could do anything over the top of whatever they were doing. It's going to be damn good.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mike's really talented too. But he's kind of back. He's kind of making a comeback with a little solo thing.
He has been, and I got some things. I'll just say this stuff because it's not much. But the band sat down and decided that something had gone wrong with funk. Gone were the deep frequencies that got showgoers to dance. Gone with it was funk's mystique, dark mystique, and so dubbing it
And heroin. They needed more heroin.
I mean, yeah. Hey, no junk, no soul. Right? Yeah, we all know that.
Right.
Dubbing it sound deep slacker
Dubbing it.
jazz. That's what they called it, deep slacker jazz. Which, hey, shout out to the Slackers who were before them because they were 1991. NYC ska. Anyway, the quartet began playing shows at New York's Knitting Factory and
Nice.
CBGB's.
Oh, that's right. CBGB is still open now.
Oh yeah, they were open
Before it
till,
became like a
7.
landmark in Las Vegas.
Right, yeah. But I mean, the original CBGB's was open till lot 7, so this is all early 90s. So it was kind of like,
Yeah.
post Ramones, Talking Heads of Blondie, but still had the, grit, goodness.
He's almost like a spoken word artist in the way that he presents.
Yeah, yeah. And Ruby Vroom was a big one.
That was the big one.
That was Warner Brothers really punched them into.
I don't know how the hell you would market them. I don't know who maybe they could play with Medeski, Martin, and Wood or something. I don't even know who they'd play with.
Right, and that's the thing. Ruby Vroom. Going back to it because I was like, oh, Super Bon Bon is probably on there. It's like, no, it's not.
That's probably their biggest known song.
And that came later. And that came later. That
way later, but like most people don't know who they are, and if anybody's heard anything, they've probably heard that song.
Yeah, or is Chicago? Maybe.
No,
he's not.
No, you got to. No, I mean they were to me they were big, but that's because my buddy he still literally now still plays them constantly. It's like his favorite band.
So they had as few as 14 audience members in the first shows, and they quickly broke out of the art geek cult status and began packing clubs and listeners. And
which was kind of weird because before them I don't know of any other band that had a sampler in it.
Yeah,
a band. I mean they were the first ones to do that, I think.
But the samples weren't dubbing.
No, they were like found sounds. They were like it was like music concrete.
Right. Yeah. It wasn't. They weren't taking from someone else. Which with the Beastie Boys doing that, they were like, we could never make an album again. Like
there was another group. Oh my god. Yeah. You're right.
Sublime. Like the things that they took. At that point, it was perfectly fine. Now it's like you.
Did you ever hear of a group called Red Snapper?
No, I don't think so.
They're out of Scotland, and they were like breakbeat, drum and bass, jungle music, but all live. And they had a guy play sampler in there, and they took what Soul Coffin was done, and then like to the 100th power.
Yeah,
it was so cool, and you listen to it now, and it's not dated one iota. A lot of times those things are cool, but then you can kind of hear the era or something like.
Yeah.
Bang! Like they're the only other group I can think of that kind of did that, really, because you got to be. I mean, you can't be some hack because he would remix them live too.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they would sound like the studio recordings,
right.
And that included all of the sounds they were bringing in. He was not just like I'm cool. I do this. I'm just a studio guy. Like he was masters in music composition from Juilliard.
One of the best stand-up bass players ever. Period.
They toured with Jeff Buckley back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. And so this is like 93 to 96 because they went back to the studio for Irresistible Bliss then, and
he died in May of 97. So yeah.
So it was kind of towards. It wasn't his last tour. I don't think. It was the was it White. White Boy.
That guy's he's got a droll sense of humor, but that Mike Doughty, he's really another like Iggy Pop, very literate.
Yeah, his fragmented lyrics were awarded with accolades. The cryptic line, "When all the limbs are numb and clean, and you're in transit, dream to dream, I'll drift you there to meet you, lazy bums. When all the world has lain and said."
That's the needle on the damage done, my friend.
Well, come and knock and run my cellar door. I love you, baby. Can I have some more? Done.
Yes.
Gone.
Yeah.
The damage done.
That stands for Mr. Brownstone,
That one.
That's what that is.
That one I can't listen to too often. This one's not so bad. Lazy Bones also has Drunkenness is a Handheld Scrambling Down Delancey. That's just.
I always get Sugar Free Jazz is one of those ones I can't hear because it gets stuck in my head for hours.
No, Lazy Bones. Listen to Lazy Bones, and like the lyrics of it, like the cameraman is trying to keep the eye. Drunkenness is a handheld, scrambling down Delancey. So Delancey Streets here in New York. That's where they all grew up. But it's just it's a street, and so you take a handheld, which for kids, it's not your phone, but you can use it as like the phone as a substitute. It's a handheld camera. And you're scrambling down it trying to capture a moment.
Wait, what? There was cameras that weren't a part of your phone?
There were phones that were not part of your camera?
What?
Lazy Bones. Great song. And then Super Bon Bon sold a whole lot, made him a whole lot of money and stuff and things. And then they broke up real quick, and it was like never going to
It's
go.
probably his fault, right? I would think.
Most likely, yeah. And
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
after that, he went. They all went and did great things. He went super solo, released 11 albums in the 21st century.
You know who kind of sounded like them? Remember the Eels?
Oh no.
Oh
Yes,
man, check them out
no.
sometime. Really cool. There's a guy named E. This is what he went by. His name was E, and his band was, well, it wasn't a band. It was him that would do it, and he would hire some guys. But very much like that stuff. And the only other person might have been like Beck was kind of doing stuff a little like that, you know,
A little bit, yep.
and Cake and all that, and also
Cake was like the vocal.
Los Lobos had a side project called Latin Playboys, and they were kind of like that.
But they had like a certain psychedelic funk,
Yeah.
something, not because they were something different.
So different.
Radiohead,
And-
maybe like a little, like I think that would be kind of like a similar genre, even more than
Maybe. But they were
the
but
Red
those
Elvises.
drums, that snare sound is.
Your-
I can still hear that snare
Your
sound. It's
favorite
so
band.
good.
Do you know the Red Elvises?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
I've seen them in a bar.
Your favorite band? Silly guys. So he did a whole lot. Has been doing a whole lot. I've actually, because he's still a New York native, I haven't seen him in a while, but
But you see them around every now and then.
yeah, and like the first, I've been here. This is my 20th year anniversary in the city.
Wow.
First 10 years, I probably saw him a dozen times in like
Just kind of out and
basements.
about.
Yeah, no, like playing. Like I went to
playing.
these
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you
but
see
they were
him, like,
like
walking
small
around.
little basement concerts, and just him and the guitar. I think one time he was with he mixed himself. He was the DJ. I don't remember that one being good. I
That
don't
would've
remember it
been
being
cool.
bad either. I just don't remember that one. I think I was super wasted doing that one. Anyway, the weird thing is, they 25 years after breaking up, got back
They
together
get back together. Yeah.
for a couple of tours. 25-year hiatus. The quartet
Because they were broke.
sold out.
Because they want the music called them.
Well, okay. So Doty's been doing his thing, and it looked like the others were too. But they did a reunion, sold out shows coast to coast in 2024, and they created an album in 25 called Live 2024, and it's like a double vinyl. But I got to listen to it on.
Did you ever read his book? So my buddy bought me the book of drugs.
No, I know about it.
It's tough.
no.
You better be ready. It's because
Yeah.
when I say he was a user, it was like it's amazing he's still alive. That kind of a thing.
Wait, are you talking about Iggy Pop?
No, talk about Mike Doty.
Mike Doty? Oh,
He was a massive heroin. That's why the band broke up.
yeah. No, that makes I mean, hey, James.
But he got
Taylor-
clean like in 2000. He's been clean for a
Yeah,
long time.
we saw him clean for sure.
Yeah,
We talked to him.
yeah.
After he was playing small venues and
But it's a brutal book, but he doesn't pull any punches. He doesn't make it sexy or glamorous at all.
not like
He just kind of like Mark Lanigan's book, where it's just like this was it, and it was like, whew.
So his
Damn.
his songs and soul coughing songs are very much like that, and it was fascinating to listen to that double LP vinyl on whatever stereo.
I'd be curious. I've never seen him play solo, so I'd be curious how that was. How's his singing voice unadorned?
Oh, it's fantastic. So that's what I'm saying. Like I hadn't seen him in a number of years, but I saw him a lot solo, and it's just great. It's it's stripped down from the psychedelia of the instruments and mixing that happened with.
Does he do a lot of storytelling between songs and
Not a
things
whole
like
lot.
that?
No, he's not really like that. Like
No, just kind of head
He's
down
like,
and goes right into
all right,
it.
I'm going, and he has some great
Yeah.
solo
Okay.
work that he's written and produced, and he does some
I'll be honest with you,
soul coughing songs.
I never really followed his solo career.
Yeah, No, yeah. He comes to New York, he'll probably be playing. You know, he needs a place.
Nice.
But so I listened to that album that was produced just 2 years ago, or recorded and released last year, and the band and the mixer, and it's all of
Just
them, all
killer.
four of them back together, and him, and they just sound fantastic. I'm like
Oh yeah.
25 years after breaking up, so like 30 years after your first album, and you can
Sure.
still sound like your studio with that weird psychedelia, both in the lyrics
Yeah.
and his fragmented singing and the mixing and that fantastic bass and that fantastic drummer. That mix together is still hitting. So like, I don't care if
Yeah.
it was for the money. I don't care if it was for the money. I'd like them to tour again, and if they do, I will watch them.
I was just teasing, you know
I
what I'm saying.
know,
But
but like,
I'll tell you what, I'm not
it was
kidding. If
really
you get a
good.
chance,
Yeah,
pick up that Fetch the Bolt Cutters album by Fiona Apple.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah. It was
Keep any preconceived notions to the side because that is a barn, and he produced that. Steinberg did.
no. The Fiona's past couple albums. That's we got. Like I
I
mentioned it.
mean, yeah,
She
like
was
I
amazing.
got a lot of respect for her
She
because she came out and
she
they were trying to
is.
make her like be some pinup doll,
Yeah,
like
she is
whatever thing, and that chick
amazing.
is not that.
And she
She
had
is not that.
Paul
She's more
Thomas
like Charlie Mingus than that.
Paul Thomas Anderson
Yeah.
directed a couple of her early music videos. Well,
Well, I mean, she dated him
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
a long
That helps.
time.
That helps.
And that funny story where she said she quit coke after doing it with him and Quentin Tarantino
Yeah.
because he wouldn't shut up.
She's like, never done with that. The sources for this episode of Two Sided to Ben, first segment, Tibet House US, Detroit Historical Society, Dig Me Out Podcast, and You Discover Music. Second segment, High Road Touring, The Badger Herald, The Poetry Foundation, MikeDoty.com, and SoulCoughingStore.com, and of course the short shorts on the brain, the Harvard Mahoney Neuroscience Institute newsletter 2014.
Cite your sources.
Do you have any sources to cite for this one?
This vast repository of pop cultural minutia kicking around in my amygdala and cerebellum, and that's my source.
It's Amy G. Dalla.
Oh,
Over
pardon me.
this.
I
So,
stand uncorrected. Or wait, misdirected? Wait.
anorected. No, that's that one. Never mind. Let's just talk about. This is time for your favorite game and mine. My boy Deb, what's the through line?
The through line.
We got Iggy Pop, the short being
Heroin? No, wait. Keep it real,
Pop
or else
on
real
the
will
brain.
keep you.
and soul coughing. So Iggy Pop, pot on the brain, and soul coughing.
I would say the through line is by any means necessary.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Well,
Because you're compelled. Whether that's altering your reality, whether that's being a doorman, dreaming of bigger things, whether that's being a drummer in a forgettable band from a trailer park in the Midwest to rocking stadiums before it's all said and done and being the elder statesman of punk rock.
that's right. My boy Dub, music and drugs really do go together.
They sure do.
Before we get out of here and into our green room, is there anything from this episode you'd like to take a second glance at, a second look, a second thought, a second opinion? This is Dub's Retraction Corner.
No retractions. I just say that how dare you think I didn't see Man on the Moon? How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, I knew you didn't see Dick Tracy.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying.
Get your shot of whatever of absinthe
Yep.
and or DMT ready.
Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder.
You're welcome for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show continuing for those listening live on the stereo app or watching live
So I
on
should
YouTube.
stay here and not scamper for the door like the last time?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will be right back. So if you are here
right.
now, regardless of the platform, everybody stick around, including the co-host. And
Sure.
if you are hearing this later
Whatever.
and want to join us in the green room for after show wind downs or want to throw some topics out there, email two-sidedpod@gmail.com.
Yep.
That's TWO, sidedpod@gmail.com. Let's cheers as you say what you want to say.
Cheers and take it down another button, Peacock. Why not, huh?
You
Ding,
can't
ding,
even
ding.
see anyway, but go. That's a
Now
wrap
we
for
can talk
tonight.
about John when he leaves, okay?
I'm John L. Peacock.
Oh,
I'm
you're
in
still here.
Brooklyn, New York.
I'm Dubus Maximus from Rome.
And this was our show. You can eavesdrop wherever you get your podcasts and even join us live, both on our YouTube channel handle at two-sided-pod, all one word, and the stereo app every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the serious and the fun, here on Two-Sided. Love you, Deb.
In the sandwich manwich time. Oh, wait. Never mind. Oh, here comes the didgeridoo. Zoo, what do you do? Super Bob. Go through, let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the if I stole somebody else's ways. Whoa! He came back. I thought he was going to bounce out. I knew it. I knew it. This, Some hand is so, hey, I'll be back.
Hey!
So, Dreams of Wichita, here he is.
Janine, I'll drink you up. Hey, give me the star and play.
Give me the star.
Give me the star and play mine again because it was muted on the other thing.
I'll play yours again?
Yeah, because I'm super narcissistic, obviously. That's not mine.
Oh, you want me to play mine again? Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to play this again. I didn't quite understand what you were saying there. So you mean by Mariah Carey, right? No, sorry. Bueller. Hey, I just saw that. What was that guy named? Alan? Was it not Alan Rickman? What was the guy that played Cameron in Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Who played?
Anyway, just turned 70. Am I old?
He was Ferris Bueller. You're my hero.
Well, but before we go anywhere, just a little taster of this one.
Just a taster.
What's that?
Just a
Lazy
taster.
Bones.
Oh, I know it's Lazy Bones.
I'm sorry, just a little teaser. Just a little bit of taste. A little teasy.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, would you look at that?
David
We got
Gold.
and another thing. And we got the Mind Fox. And we've got Din Whiskers. And we got Law of Attraction. We're here in the green room. There's snacks. The refrigerator's stocked.
We got Lady Fingers.
What you call me?
Lazy Bones.
Oh, lady fingers.
Drunkenness is a handheld scrambling down Delancey. I'm gonna go take a waz. I'll be right back. Someone, hey, Mind Fox. Hey, Mind Fox. How'd those things go? How y'all doing? All right.
Mind Fox, I get it. I see what he did there. I see that. All right, here we go.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, John. I'm late. I finally gave up. I had to close my laptop. I couldn't look at the screen any longer. So the battle begins once again tomorrow. But I have a great outline. I wrote the scripts for my first of my 2 shows.
Of course.
I have a 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Fuck you, man. God damn it. I'm ready for this to be over.
I believe in you.
A lot of things happening in life. But I'm here. I'm in the house.
There's nothing you can't do. You're Mind Fox.
You're deaf. You see with blinding sight, blind eyes, blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage against the dying of the light. To my father, there on that sad height, curse me, bless me now, in fierce tears, I pray to now go gentle to that good night. Rage against the dying and the light.
Mr. Iggy Pop, do not go gentle into that good night. Yeah, that's a good one. Reminds me of Jack Kerouac.
It's very Kerouac, a little Bukowski in a way.
Yeah. Well, Dylan Thomas.
Dylan Thomas. I mean, yeah. Hey, the inspiration of so many of them.
Yeah. And yeah, Bob Dylan. That's where he got his name from.
Yep.
Well, his voice, though, perfect for that. And as Jack Kerouac said, climb that goddamn mountain. Well, you know, times are different, too. Remember Steve Allen, the original Tonight Show host?
Oh, he would play the piano and have
Yeah.
poets just, do their thing.
Yeah, Kerouac would come out and read from On the Road and all that. And just, man,
You love.
I love how low the bar has sunk now.
He loved Kerouac even when Kerouac was wasted, and he would call Kerouac out and being wasted.
Even when he was wasted, when was that? Like when he was awake?
I mean, he held it together a little bit more, but some of those episodes, like he kept on bringing him back on because he loved him so much. But some of them were like, Jack, hey,
And I always love how like people are always like, yeah. Speaking about Iggy though, people are always like thinking he was gonna die anytime soon. It's like he buried everybody. He buried all the punk rockers that came after him, basically.
Yeah, it's him and the
There's nobody left.
Bad Religion.
Brett Gurewitz.
Gerwitz? Is it Gerwitz?
Bad Religion's way after him.
Oh, I know. Oh, you're talking at that time. I mean, like
Like from that era, like who else was around that's still around?
Bowie died of cancer, but yeah, he still died. All right, yeah.
I think the last guy that was still kicking it was Wayne Kramer, the guitarist for MC5, and he just died about 2 years ago. Alice Cooper, but I don't know. He wasn't really punk rock. But he was around then. But
no, I'm thinking. Hold on.
But there's nobody left from that original wave. And then, the other guy that was David Johansen, who played Buster Poindexter. He was in the New York Dolls. They get credited as being
The
you know,
Doors.
like forefathers of punk, but they were inspired by the Stooges.
Oh,
So
they were right after, but they were also CBGBs.
yeah,
It was before.
yeah, and they had a little bit of a glam element to them, a little.
Yeah, and then
So
he
they
went
were
into
definitely.
after they broke up, the New York Dolls. He went into the Buster Poindexter and did hot, hot,
Yeah,
hot, and a couple other things. I
there's
actually,
a great thing where Little Richard's at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he's
oh
inducting somebody, and Buster Poindexter's with him there.
yeah,
Did you ever seen that?
yes, I have. Yeah, it was
Because Little Richard, he's getting pissed off because he's like, I should be getting this
yeah.
award.
He's like I've actually never had a Grammy, which is true. He never got a Grammy, and that's
Isn't that
stupid.
crazy?
Isn't that stupid? I learned that. I saw that clip and learned that fact
And let
watching
me tell
I
you,
Am
what kind of a
Everything.
badass was he that he looked like that in the early 50s in the South and still got paid?
And he still looked like
Come
that
on.
in the 2000s and still got paid. He looked exactly the same.
Oh, you mean when he was a straight preacher at the end?
It don't matter. He still looked the exact same. Like I don't know. I don't know what kept him. There's the black
Little
demographic and
Richard's a
everything, but
badass. Oh
he
my
like
God.
he toured. Not he toured. The Beatles opened up for him throughout
Yeah.
Europe in
Well, that was
1962
their
before they came to America. The Rolling
right.
Stones
Him and
opened up
Buddy
for
Holly. That was
him.
like their big heroes.
The Rolling Stones opened up for him on his
Yep.
tour in
As it should
1963
be.
throughout Europe before they ever got famous in the U.S. And there too,
Little Richard was a stud.
he was such a stud, and he might have nailed both Lennon
He called himself the architect of rock and roll.
yeah, he was in a way,
Yeah.
and Mick, but
Jerry Lee Lewis held on for a long time too. He only died like about a year or two ago.
little it's called I Am Everything, the Little Richard story. Fantastic documentary.
Yeah. Did you like in the early aughts?
What's up?
Did that come out
Oh no, it came out
quite a while ago?
very recently. I
Oh,
actually
no.
was
No.
working for, so it was about 2.5 years ago. I was working for
Oh,
the
okay.
theater
I've never
as
seen it.
their bartender when they were the theater that premiered it, and I got to see the premiere with the director
Oh,
of
was
it.
it awesome?
It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I
Just-
cried a couple times. Like I was like, I'm gonna love this documentary about Little Richard, and then I was like, holy crap, this like it's good, and it's like I know it's documentaries, that's what they do, they tug at you, but it was so informative. And I was like, I know a lot of
Against
this,
all
and
the
I know
odds too,
nothing.
what
I
he
know
was up against.
so little. I was like, I know so much about his life because it's Little Richard. It's fine. And then I was like, oh, I knew nothing. And he was
Right,
so
right.
much more and influenced so much more. The Beatles influence, the Stones influence, like him
Oh yeah.
kind of helping them jumpstart their careers into America and
Oh,
still
oh
getting
yeah.
no Grammys in his entire life. And that clip that you're talking about with
It's
at
so
that point,
funny because you
Buster
can tell Buster's
Poindexter.
getting like he's kind of uncomfortable, but he didn't care. He's like, "Damn it,
Yeah,
this is my
yeah,
chance
yeah.
to say it."
He's still smiling. He's like, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right,
That's
Little
good.
Richard. Anyway, I'm gonna be this guy now. Lead singer of a great punk band, and he's still around. He does a lot of things with
No, Buster
Bill.
just died.
What did he?
Yeah, he just passed. But yeah, within the last 6 months or a year.
Oh, he was doing a lot of things with Bill Murray.
He, yeah, he was. Boy, he seems like he was around forever, you know. But he did. What was that big? They hot. That was his big
Well,
hit.
yeah, that was his like big Buster Poindexter like thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
hot was that, and I had that album. He's in a martini glass,
Yeah.
with a martini glass.
Talk about a left turn compared to where he was at before, you know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and the weird
David
thing,
Johansen's his name, and he was in the
yeah,
New York Dolls, and a lot of people,
and I knew
like the
him
Kiss, started because of them. Like they were inspired.
first. I knew him first as
He died last year, February 28th.
Wow, over a year
Yeah,
ago.
wow. I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought it was sooner than that, but yeah.
I did not know he passed. Yeah, hey, he was fantastic. He was the
Yep,
ghost of Christmas Past in Scrooge.
that's right.
He's in
He had a
very
very
Murray
distinctive
Chris,
face.
very Murray and voice, very Murray Christmas with Bill Murray. Just he's like a random maitre d' or something. And he has a weird accent. I love that he just sticks with that. It's silly.
How about a little clip for the kids?
And he sings Fairy Tale of New York, part of it.
But I used to wear my hair like that.
Yeah, right.
They took everything out there. They take it from me.
They take it from me. Yeah,
Can't get that though.
I
All
should.
right, now wait a minute. Look at the hair. I used to have these things in mine. Look at it.
I used to hide Easter eggs in my house.
Shut up.
Shut up. I should wear. I
You're
should.
not the best new artist.
He goes off though at the end. They're like having to pull the hook on him.
I should have got this. I should have got this. Best new artist. Anyway, this is both Little Richard and what was his name? Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, David Johansen.
I know. That
Yeah,
was
Scarlett Johansson. That was his name.
joke. Yeah. No, truly, David Johansen, who I weirdly enough knew first as Buster
I
Poindexter,
don't know.
and for Little Richard, Little Cheers.
And I've been saying it for years. I am the architect of what
Yep.
He gets a standing ovation though.
Yeah, as he should have. So
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah, you mean nothing.
Hey, screw Scarlett Johansson. This is the Little Richard, the gal.
Cheers. Oh, wow, babaloo, bam, bam, boom.
Oh yeah, Tutti Frutti, good booty. That was about butt sex, and then they had to rewrite it. Anyway,
I love it when he goes into his period where he starts to want to become a preacher.
oh yeah, he goes on
Renounces his past.
I
Not
think
very
it's
convincing, sorry.
Carson or Letterman, one of them, might have been Leno. He's like, I used to be gay, but I'm not gay anymore because the Bible says it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And that saying had obviously been around a lot longer, but
Yeah.
he did kind of like project it into the 90s, into the early 90s. Because people
I
like,
love the fact that he just said it.
and
Well,
and
you know,
and
screw it.
conversion therapy, they were like, oh, he used to be gay and now he's not through the Bible. I can get my teenage boy or girl, or no, I'm going to say boy or girl because I'm a stupid Christian dad, to do
Right.
conversion therapy because that's what he did.
Sure.
Yay, wop babalula, not good booty, tutti frutti. It's amaludi. The words amaludi. That totally makes sense. Yeah, because I'm a Christian dad. Everything makes sense to me right now. Yay.
Peace and love, Richard Penniman. He was a preacher, though, Like, he had that fire and brimstone quality to him.
From the beginning, that's the thing. He started with religion, and then he just could not understand that he could have his faith and be gay. And so he had to go
Yeah.
against so much of who he was. And was openly about for so long to go back to his early religious roots because he just needed
But he was such a
religion.
badass, nobody gave him shit. None of his peers did,
Everyone
anyway.
was like, fine. Hey, Lil.
Yeah, no one cared.
Whatever you want to do, you're good. Baby, you
Yeah.
are the godfather of, what do you want? Not
Yeah.
soul, that's Brown.
He's the architect of rock and roll.
You're the architect, yeah.
Sun Records, baby. Sun Records. That's my Mount Olympus. I've been there many, many times.
And I have not, but I know how many major architects
God.
have gone
And
through
it's just this little tiny place. You blink and you miss it, and it's so cool.
Elvis started there. Holy crap.
Oh man, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash,
Cash, baby.
him, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, that's
Just
what,
like Sam Phillips, he was kind of the first one to be a super producer, really.
the $1 Million Quartet musical that they made should have had Little Richard,
So many.
but that's all right. Whatever.
Memphis is too cool, and right down the street, Stax Volt too, and there's a whole other list of amazing people.
All right, brother. Let's go till 30 after the hour. That's about 9 minutes.
Yeah,
You down with that?
yeah, I'm done with that. I'm wondering if there's going to be a renaissance in the American music fabric. Will it come back again?
Well, this is a longer discussion, but if things
I
go
know.
a certain way, art always has a way of resonating and getting more original and less commercial when things go awry, because that's what art's all about.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
the only two metrics are: is it honest and do you connect with it? You know?
yeah, and unfortunately, money. I'm not going to say capitalism, because what is capitalism?
Yeah, right,
What's in a man?
right.
And he was a lazy man. Oh wait, lost my
Lazy
train of
balls.
thought. But drunkenness is a handheld scrambling down
So,
Clancy.
who was the first? What was the first album you bought with your own money?
Okay, so I was given some cassettes.
No, no, the first album you bought
Right.
with your
Yeah.
own
No.
money.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I know. Weirdly enough, and I'm pretty sure this is true. The Wayne's World soundtrack CD
Nice. Okay. Okay. All
I
right.
bought with my own money. I'd listened
Okay.
to and been given things by siblings long before then. But I believe the very first one, and that's a banger of a soundtrack. I defy anyone.
It really is.
That one even holds up. Holy crap. That's freaking a great soundtrack. And then I started
Yep.
buying a lot of soundtracks after that. I think I just went on a motif, but I also started buying a lot of albums. And then records came a little bit later, but I was listening to records through my older siblings, mostly my older brother,
And
Dave.
then, what was the first concert you attended?
I don't want to talk about that.
It's cheesy, isn't it?
No, it was an all-day thing. It was called That Damn Show by the Edge radio station, like alt
Okay.
rock punk, semi-commercial. And
Anything stick out? Anything notable that day?
Violent Femmes left after 2.5 songs because people kept them throwing
Oh, wow.
water bottles at them because it's Arizona in the summer and they're punks.
Let's turn the sun, huh?
It's straight, and it was an earlier one because it was a sideshow because it was an all day thing, or a side stage, and then when the sun had gone down, and it was the main stage but not the opener, Primus, and it was Primus. It wasn't just Les.
Primus sucks.
Shut your effing mouth. Shut your effing mouth. Les Claypool's fantastic. I love a good bass.
Oh, come on. If you know Primus, you know what I'm saying. Boodly pop, boodly pop. Hey, if you get a chance, see that last thing. There was an audition for the new drummer.
Were you going
There were
so?
six.
Oh, really?
There was 6,000 submissions, and the guy they picked is amazing. But you got to watch it. There's this whole series on YouTube when him and Lair were trying out new drummers,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the guy they picked is maybe my favorite one. And I saw them on Lollapalooza '93 tour. They were great. They opened up with "Thieves" by Ministry.
They were. Oh man. Oh, I grew up. I never saw them live, but I grew up with Ministry through my sister.
Saw them live, and it was terrifying
I bet. I bet.
in a good way, but still.
I also was introduced to Nine Inch Nails through her. She saw that quintessential concert where he ripped up the Book of Mormon in Salt Lake.
Oh, wow.
Banned for life. She
Oh.
actually, my mom and I was young, drove down to Salt Lake from where we were to drop her off, and then stuck around because it was a couple-hour drive until and my mom. I was in the back, kid. I was like, so how was the concert? She's like, it was amazing. He ripped up a Book of Mormon. My mom was like, what?
What?
And then the next day,
That went over like a lead balloon, huh?
shows a picture of him doing it in the Salt Lake Sun, Salt Lake Tribute. I don't know, whatever freaking
Yeah, Tribune. Yeah.
Tribune.
Salt Lake's a weird city. Can I
Track
just say
president
that?
banned for life from Utah. Wonder if that's still
All the streets go to the church. It's all numbered.
all
That's where they're doing like
All
All the
roads.
genetic engineering.
All roads. No, genealogy. I know you're dyslexic as well.
Oh.
Not genetic engineering. Genealogy.
Epigenetics, right?
Yeah, but
Oh,
genetics.
I mean, no.
Ergonomics. Eugenics. Eugenics. No, wait. No,
Kind of
hold on.
sucks. Kind of sucks.
The
Which that was hilarious.
I got to see them.
Les Claypool tried out for Metallica.
Yes, I do know that. Actually, I do know that.
Yeah, it was like Kirk Hammett was like one of his good buddies.
Yeah.
Needless to say, he didn't make it in.
So,
I know. Spoiler.
Yeah, a little weird. So I got to see him in that first all-day concert, but I did get to see 9 Inch Nails when they were touring again. What was that, a year and a half ago?
Oh wow, that would have been awesome.
At Barclays Center, and it was freaking. Oh man, I knew it was going to be good, but he still got it. Holy crap!
He's always at the forefront of like putting on a show.
I thought he wasn't touring anymore. I thought he was just doing his movie stuff because he won the Oscar.
No, funny enough, like he got his old drummer back. So Foo Fighters and him traded drummers.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, and that's silly. It's like a football teams trading quarterbacks. Detroit.
It's hard to believe Pretty Hate Machine came out in 1989.
So that was Pretty Hate, and then Downward Spiral was 90?
In 94.
4? It was 4.
Yep, 94. Yep, and he was living in Sharon Tate's house at that time when he recorded it.
His Head Like a Hole, which was one of the last songs, because I was like, that was really awesome. I might sing it at karaoke. I started, and there was someone who knows him a lot better.
Did you clear the room out?
No. I just handed it off to someone who could sing it, and I was like, oh man, that is.
Oh yeah.
It's for.
You ever see any early footage of him, like when he was first starting in Cleveland, and he's like in a flock of seagulls type of band? Oh, it's hilarious. He's got the poofy hair to the side, the shoulder pads, and like it's just weird to see Trent looking like that. You know,
Danny Elfman and Oingo Boingo.
It's exactly what he looked like. So what he looked like.
That's what I'm imagining.
That was his hero, though. Yeah, he was an interesting cat.
Yeah, but so anyway, that concert was freaking phenomenal, and Head Like a Hole. I understands why I understands. Hey, Deb.
Hey, he understands.
I understand why he would be playing that song. One of the last ones that he played. It's
because it just tears the whole place apart.
Because it's in good voice. It doesn't shred your voice, but it's taking a number on it. Like that is a song.
Oh, come on, yeah.
Just with the, I was breaking it down after semi singing it, and then the other guy was like, "That was difficult," and I'm in a band that does that song all the time. We'll do it as one of our last songs. Like that's why he did it as one of his last songs.
Yeah, that was a good band too. That one guy that was with him for a long time, Richard Patrick, went on to start his own band, Filter. Hey man, nice shot.
We got two pockets to pat.
2 bubbles. There we go. My folks.
I worked on I want to say a cruise ship. It was like a dinner cruise. You went out for 4 hours, dinner, music, dancing, happy hour. You come back. And we did that twice a day.
Right.
And I got like an hour and a half in between. Like an hour in between. And I'm walking out to go over to the food court, and Trent Reznor's walking up. I'm like, holy shit, you're Trent Reznor. He says, holy shit, I have no idea who you are. And we had a great conversation. He bought me lunch, and
wow.
I'm running out of time.
He's a cool cat.
That ain't
cool cat.
We're selling something real, we're selling something true. We're selling something real in this world full of you.
That's a good story. I like it.
Yep.
Well, it's 1:30, John L. Peacock.
Yep. That it is.
We saved it for the end, right?
Was it Head Like a Hole? Black is your soul? I'd rather die than give you control. Bow down before the one you serve, my boy Dub. You're gonna get what you deserve.
I know. I had it coming. I really did. Well, I'll tell you what. You got to get up to get down.
That's right.
Eat your greens. And if you're not ready for absinthe, then maybe you're not ready. But it does make the heart grow fungus.
I'll drink to the Green Fairy, and cheers to you, buddy. Thank you. Macau.
Peace. Onward and upward. Until then becomes now.
Which is next Tuesday, maybe. Hey, find out. We don't know where Pete is.
I swear I hear Pete in the background. Is he tied up? What's going on?
Shh. Drunkenness is a handheld scrambling down to Lancey. You know that.